Hello and welcome to the SportsLink Digital Radio pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Alongside Jordan Klimes, I'm your host Lukas Thatcher in Worthen Arena for women's volleyball as the 6-4 Ball State Cardinals have their home opener tonight against the 7-2 Wright State Raiders. Jordan, I don't know about you, but there's something about being in this stadium again, waiting for some volleyball here in Muncie, Indiana that just really gets me excited. I love it here. There's something about the stadium that's different.
There really is something different, and this is the home opener tonight for Ball State. They did play an exhibition match here against Indiana State about a month ago, but this is the real deal. This is a regular season, and it's the first time that the Cardinal fans will get to see their squad out on the new court tonight. It's going to be fun, going to be a really intense match against this Wright State Raiders squad. But it's going to be a fun watch, and as you said, there's just always something different. The fans love it in here. It's the volleyball capital of the world. That's what they call Muncie, Indiana, and I'm sticking with it. I love it.
I do too, and again, this home opener tonight, I can't say enough about how good Ball State is when they are home. What is the impact that this stadium has on the Cardinals when they play?
I think number one, it's the clear thing, the fans out here. The Muncie community loves Ball State men's and women's volleyball, and we get to watch some great women's volleyball tonight. And they're going to show up, be loud, and if you've never been here before, you should come to Muncie if you can do it at every set point and match point. The stands will be on their feet doing a little dance, and it's always so fun. So the fans have a lot of engagement. And just for the players, especially after such a long time on the road, playing in a couple of tournaments, it's just nice to be back home. Nice to not have to go somewhere else. Nice to be able to sleep in your own bed. And so that's just a level of comfort. It's the same spot that you go out and practice. And so that's really, there's a lot of advantages to playing in Worthen Arena. Number one, the fans, but also just the comfortability of not having to travel.
Absolutely, and Jordan, this Ball State team has been dominant in this arena. Since 2021, they are 37-3 here in Worthen Arena. For the Raiders, that definitely presents a challenge.
Yeah, it really does, and it's a lot of things that I just talked about. There's a reason why Ball State has been so dominant in this building, and it's not just because home court advantage is something that exists. If that were the case, every team would have that same record at home. But as we said right as we opened, there is something different about playing in Worthen Arena. We still got about 15 minutes until first serve tonight, and this place is already getting packed. So there's a reason why there's a different intensity in here. It's because of the atmosphere, and we're going to get to see it soon for the first time in the 24-25 season.
Well, these two teams, Wright State and Ball State, certainly not strangers against each other. Jordan, you want to take a deep dive into the series history between these two teams?
Yes, I will. Well, the series history is led by Ball State. They lead 14-9 overall, but the recent history has been rotational, and Wright State won that match 3-1 over the Cardinals. So if you're looking toward recent history, it's Wright State who has the advantage, but this one is on Ball State's home turf, so a little bit different. It's going to be fun to watch. Ball State, as I said, they have the all-time series lead, but Wright State, especially under third-year head coach Travers Green, they have gotten so much better, and they have developed into a top-tier program in the Horizon League and can now move around and dominate teams throughout all different conferences.
Absolutely, and we're going to talk about these two teams in this matchup coming up a little bit later, but first we're going to take a short break. You're listening to the SL Digital Radio pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
And we are back here for the SportsLink Digital Radio pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. I am your host, Lukas Thatcher, alongside Jordan Klimes. Jordan, we are just over 13 minutes away from the first set and the first serve. And these two teams, looks to be a marquee matchup. And we know in every matchup that there are some star players who really shine. And for tonight's match, who do you have your eye on for Ball State?
I got my eye on a couple of the young guns in tonight's match, and we'll start with Ball State talking about Carson Tyler, the freshman from Pavilion, New York, 5'10", outside hitter for the Ball State Cardinals. And as of last match, the young freshman leads Ball State in kills this year with 93 kills. Carson Tyler had a stellar match last night against Butler, putting up 13 kills, hitting at a .524 clip for the Cardinals, leading Ball State, and leading the way to a 3-0 sweep for the Cardinals over nearby Butler last night. So there's a lot of young studs on this Ball State squad to watch out for. Carson Tyler, one of them. Sophie Ledbetter, the libero, another one. So those are two people to watch out for, but specifically Carson Tyler. She was a hot hand last night. It looks like Anaya Kennedy might not be playing tonight, so they might go right back to Carson Tyler once more.
And for Wright State, who do you think could have a big impact on this match?
Well, let's talk about another young player for Wright State, and that is the sophomore Maya Euro from Greenwood, Indiana. She's 5'11" outside hitter and also leads her team in kills this year with 128. And she's a transfer from UConn, the University of Connecticut, where she played 27 matches, had 202 kills, and hit at 2.6 kills per set last year, making the move to the Horizon League and playing at a top-tier level for her team. As I said, she's leading Wright State in kills this year. It's been fun to watch her transition to the Horizon League and taking over this Raiders squad.
Absolutely. And now, Jordan, you are one of the best volleyball minds that I personally
appreciate
know, of course. And so I just really wanted to pick your brain and think, what are your predictions for tonight? What do you think could possibly happen?
Yeah, that's a dangerous question. And so what I'll do, I'm a smart guy, as you said. I'm not going to pick a team specifically, but I will tell you how many sets I think this is going to go to. And I'm going to say we have two really fantastic teams out on the court tonight in Ball State and in Wright State. And I think they're just both too good to end fast. So I certainly don't think it's going to be a sweep. It's possible that we get 4 sets, but I think we're going to go all 5 sets, going to get a thriller here in Worthen Arena to open up the home play season for the Ball State Cardinals. I think we're going 5 sets again. Not going to pick a winner for you, but I think we'll be in for the long haul, and it's going to be a fun journey tonight.
I love it, Jordan. Way to kind of avoid controversy
yeah, of course.
there.
You know, I'm smart.
What I can tell you about these fans here in Worthen Arena is that they love seeing, number one, the Ball State Cardinals win, and number two, they love seeing good volleyball. So if we are going to have a thriller that does go down to 5 tonight, I think that they will be thrilled no matter what. So I'm really looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, there's always good volleyball played here, whether it's MAC play, which Ball State gets coming up here soon against Bowling Green. That's Ball State's next match against Bowling Green will be next Friday and Saturday here in Worthen Arena to open up conference play for Ball State. But regardless of the team that the Cardinals get to host in this building, there's just always an energy, which we talked about before the break. There's always just so much fun to be had. And Ball State, I think, is going to have to come out hot. I think they will come out hot. And I think their fans are going to be a huge part of that as we trickle closer to the first serve.
We are now under 10 minutes away from the first serve tonight, and the first serve for Ball State in Worthen Arena this season. So we are just a few minutes away. Don't go anywhere. Big matchup tonight on SportsLink Digital Radio.
Number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State SportsLink.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
The best stories in Ball State sports, plus live broadcasts right in your timeline.
Follow us at BSU SportsLink.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
From the bell tower to your smartphone, anywhere in the world.
Never miss Ball State sports with SportsLink Digital.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Welcome back to the SportsLink Digital Radio pregame show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. Alongside Jordan Klimes, I'm your host, Lukas Thatcher. And Jordan, we are now just over 6 minutes and 30 seconds from the first serve, and I'm so excited for it tonight. But as you know, we're pretty early on in the season for both these teams, but you want to kind of go over what's been going on for Ball State so far?
Yes, I do. Well, Ball State so far this season, again, not into conference play yet, so all non-conference play thus far, a lot of early season tournaments. Overall, Ball State sitting at a 5-4 record, so for the Cardinals, they're still sitting over 500. Of course, would like to be a little bit better, but for Ball State, they have challenged themselves in the first couple of matches, and specifically in the tournaments that they have played. Ball State's losses this year have come to some really good squads, being FAU, where they lost in 3 sets, to Penn State, who was ranked number 7 at the time, to a number 9 Kentucky team, and then played Indiana, and they almost reverse swept the Hoosiers in a really big match in a tournament just last weekend. Unfortunately, the Cardinals could not pull it off and get the victory, but they took a really good team to a really good match, and so they showed, yes, that Ball State can't compete with anyone. So yeah, a 5-4 non-conference record thus far, trying to make it 6-4 tonight for Ball State. But it's been a tough slate of teams that Ball State has had the opportunity to play, and they played them pretty well.
And that's just one half of this matchup. Let's go to that other half in Wright State University. Jordan, tell me about the Raiders.
Well, a similar story for the Raiders. They have set themselves up with a non-conference schedule that gave themselves some really difficult teams to go up and stack against, and they have succeeded in that role. In the non-conference schedule thus far, Wright State is 7-2. Their 2 losses came to a number 22 ranked Dayton team, and then Bowling Green, who is in Ball State's conference. And as I mentioned before, Ball State plays them next weekend. SportsLink will be producing that one on ESPN, so shameless plug. You should tune in for that one next weekend against Bowling Green. Ball State will be hosting it here. But those are the 2 losses for Wright State. But I think the even bigger thing for the Raiders is the teams that they have beat in the non-conference schedule, defeating Cincinnati, a number 20 ranked Miami at the time, and Ohio State. 3 really big programs overall, 3 programs that are good in volleyball, and Wright State, a Horizon League team, a smaller conference, was able to show up and say, you know what, I don't care what conference you're in, we know how good our team is, we dominate our conference, and now we're about to dominate yours, and that is what Wright State did early on in the non-conference season, getting to a 7-2 overall record thus far.
Jordan could not agree more, and now we are inching so much closer to game time. We are now just over 4 minutes away, and that will be it for the SportsLink Digital pregame show. Thank you for listening. Don't go anywhere. The game is calling up. Evan Stowell on the call as play-by-play, and Jordan Klimes, my partner right here for the pregame show, will be color. So don't go anywhere tonight. Volleyball coming up next on SportsLink Digital Radio.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
All the chirp you can handle.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
Thank you for joining us. Evan Stowell, Jordan Klimes, getting ready to cover the home opener here in Muncie, Indiana at Worthen Arena. First time so far this season, Jordan. Only took them 11 games to get back home.
Yeah, now it's finally here, right? Get to come back to the nest, and as all birds do, they love to come back to the nest, right? And so it's what we're going to get to watch tonight in Worthen Arena. So much excitement. I want to hear your perspective on it because I talked to Lukas. You've seen a lot of home games here in Muncie, Indiana, but what are you expecting tonight from the Cardinals and from Wright State?
Well, I got to tell you, I was really pleased yesterday. I called the game
Yes,
at
you
Butler
did.
yesterday,
Good job.
and I thought the team looked great. I loved what I saw from the Cardinals. I think Madison Buckley was good on the outside. We love what we saw from the freshman Sophie Ledbetter. She was
And
the
Carson
libero,
Tyler.
and then you can't forget about Carson Tyler with all those kills. So as you mentioned in your pregame show, I mean, this is a fantastic young freshman class. The future looks bright, but the right now, you also got to love what you're seeing on the other side of things for Wright State as they look fantastic this year. They were really good in the Horizon League last year, 15-3 in conference play, I believe, was their final tally. And then you also got to look at at the way they've started this year, 7-2. This is a great team as well. So I really don't see why this match doesn't probably go all 5 sets.
You know, that was a prediction that I made too, so we got two guys saying it. We know this is going to be a thriller, so it's going to be a fantastic home opener for the Cardinals.
It sure is, and we're going to take one final break before we finally get to first serve. Don't go anywhere. When we come back, it'll be the Ball State Cardinals taking on the Wright State Wolf Pack. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Tried a different service and it didn't work? We'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptonin.com. At munciesuites.hamptonin.com.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
And welcome back here from Worthen Arena. Evan Stowell and Jordan Klimes were just moments away from the home opener here for the Ball State women's volleyball team. We just got starting lineups, Jordan, and there's a lot of energy in the house right now.
A lot of energy, a lot of fans out here, both sides of the court. And really, I guess there's 4 sides, so every single seat in the early rows are filled with some fans. Everybody ready to go, and why not? We got Ball State women's volleyball finally back at home.
We sure do, and let's take a quick look at the starting lineup for the Cardinals. Kendall Barnes, Sophie Ledbetter, Cameron Wise, Carson Tyler, and Madison Buckley will be out there for the Cards to start the game. A couple of notes there, 2 different freshmen in the starting lineup.
Yeah, Carson Tyler and, of course, Ledbetter. Ledbetter coming from HSC and Tyler coming from Pavilion, New York, so one local, one not.
The other way, Riley Zagunas, Sam Ott both get the start for the Raiders, not the Huskies, as I said before going to break. The Raiders, whose mascot is a wolf, but that is neither here nor there, as is Jenny Mori, also getting the start out there with Lauren Yakabuchi, and then rounding out that starting lineup, Katie Sawoko and the senior Jenny Westling from Louisville, Kentucky.
No major surprises on both sides. Both squads ready, have their best players out there, and we're about to get possibly one of the better matches of the season. 2 powerhouses in Worthen Arena.
And we are about underway here. We await the whistle from the officials. Megan Wolanski will start for the Cardinals on the service line, as we are just minutes away. Seconds away, rather. Wolanski's serve is over. It's bumped up the other side, and it's going to go to their opposite hitter. That one's going to be inbounds, and that's a point early on here for the Wright State Raiders. Looked like Sam Ott.
That's important for Wright State to get off to a hot start, because we have talked so much about Ball State playing in Worthen Arena. This environment, the momentum will be on the side of the Cardinals if the crowd gets into it, so you got to take that away.
1-0 now the lead for the Raiders. It's smacked over, now set up there by Wolanski. That gets over. A good play there in the back zone by Ott. Now it's going to be hit, dug up by Wolanski, but it reaches the other side, and it looks like a little bit of miscommunication as that one landed in the middle of a couple of Raiders. But Megan Wolanski will take the kill, and the Cardinals will knot it back up at 1.
You don't see that often. It was a bump for Wolanski trying to get the kill attempt, and then it landed on the other side. She didn't do anything. She bumped and got a kill. That's impressive.
It sure is, and here's Kendall Barnes from the service line. That's bumped and then set the other way for Ott. Now this is going to be out of bounds. Looks like it got the line. Nope, they're going to say it stayed in, so a point for the Raiders. 2-1 now, back and forth here in the home opener.
And a big part for Ball State this season and early on has been a struggle for them is the block for the Cardinals. So you want to see that, try to get more blocks up, try to put more pressure on the other offense.
Now Jenny Westling's serve the other way is bumped up and then set by Wolanski. It's the other direction for Tyler. That cannot land. It's bumped up the other way. Now here comes right back is Ott. It's bumped up by Wolanski. Back over to Madison Buckley. She free balls it over, but it's saved once again by the Raiders. Back over to Ott. That's going to go off the Ball State defender, so the point will go towards the Raiders once again. 3-1 now the score.
Just a little bit of lack of communication for Ball State in the front row. Only had one blocker up there. Was just talking about how you got to get more blockers there. Then there was a tip on that block, and nobody else was able to go and hustle and get the ball.
3-1 now the score here in set number 1. The Raiders lead. It's set the other way. Now it's Cameron Wise. Wise is digged up there on the other way for Ott. Now it's going to be blocked at the line by Wise and Madison Buckley. It's a free ball over. It's blocked once again at the line, and that'll be a net infraction on the Raiders, so the point will fall for the Cardinals. 3-2 now. They trail by 1.
And one of the big storylines of this season for Ball State is that middle blocker position after losing Marie Plitt, who was here for so long. Now it's Cam Wise and the new player Allende Smith stepping in. So both those players are going to have to step in and step up.
Now Sophie Ledbetter will serve for the Cardinals. It's set the other way. It's onto their opposite hitter, but it's blocked by Madison Buckley. And it's going to go back to Ott. Once again blocked, but this time off the hands of Buckley and out of play. So the point will go to the Raiders.
That time Ball State's block was there. They had two players, looked like Smith and Buckley were right on it, but just were not able to close the block enough to get it down.
Here comes the serve. It's bumped up by Sophie Ledbetter and set by Wolanski. It goes to Madison Buckley, and a little bit of force on that strike will be point number 3 for the Cards. 4-3 now, a 1-point deficit here in set 1.
That's all chemistry. That's a quick set from Wolanski over to Buckley. The defense had no time to get there, and Buckley found the open area across court. That's a sniper, and that's a great play for the Cardinals, who find themselves down 1.
Now a 5'3" defensive specialist, Paige Busick, will come in to serve, and that won't be a very good one as that'll go out of bounds. So a service error there from Busick. 5-3 now, the Raiders up by 2 here in set number 1. Now it's Taylor Bransfield, the grad student, doing the serving for the Raiders. Bransfield with a little noise behind her, able to get this one over the net. It's bumped up by Busick and set by Wolanski. It's going to go to Ayunde Smith, but it's a good block. The Cards are able to free ball it over, though. Now it's going to go to the opposite hitter. That's Ott. Ott saved by Busick. Now it's set in the back by Ledbetter over to Carson Tyler. It's played up by the Raiders. Once again, another good save. Busick will set it in the air. This will go back to Tyler. Tyler free balls it over. They're going to go to Ott once again, and that's going to stay in, and that's actually looks like number 2, actually. Riley Zagunis will get her first kill of the set, so now it's going to be a 6-3 Raiders advantage. Set number 1 here from the Worthen Arena home season opener. Or home opener for the Cardinals. Their 11th game of the season as we see the Cards get it over the net here with a free ball. Now that's going to be set and blocked by, looks like Carson Tyler and Ayunde Smith were both in there.
Carson Tyler, we talked about her in the open. We talked about her right before we started this puppy off. She's only a freshman for the Cardinals at the outside hitter position, and she has been showing off early.
Now the other way, the Cardinals will serve. Carson Tyler's serve does not get over, so that'll be a service error here in set 1, and the point will fall to the Raiders.
There's a lot to like about the game of Carson Tyler, but the one knock that she has so far is the serving. She's only got 1 ace this year as opposed to now 13 service errors.
Now looking the other way, here come the Cardinals. It's going to go to Kendall Barnes. Barnes has her hit saved just barely. It's going to get back over, and it's going to be blocked on this play by, it looks like, Lindsey Green. Now that one cannot be saved out of bounds by Tyler, so that's another point for the Raiders as they gain a little bit of momentum. That's 2 points in a row. 8-4 now the score here in set number 1.
Perfect start for the Raiders. You want to try to silence this crowd. That's exactly what they've done.
Now a serve the other way from Zagunis is set and then bumped to Carson Tyler. That had some good spin on it, but it's saved once again. It's going to go the other way to Ott. It's going to be bumped up here by Tyler and then over to Kendall Barnes. Barnes' strike is bumped up into the air. It's set the other way. This one is going to go out of bounds, so the point will go to the Cardinals. It'll be 8-5 now. The Raiders lead here in set number 1.
Now for Ball State, you want to try to get yourself on a run. It's Ayunde Smith coming up to the service line. Only has 2 aces this year. Only 2 errors, though, at the service line.
Ayunde Smith. The Cards trailing by 3 here in set 1. She gets her serve over. It's a mistake there on the reception. I think that'll go down as an ace for Ayunde Smith as well, and that'll make it now an 8-6 ball game. The Cardinals trail here by 2 in set number 1.
That'll make it 3 aces on the season now for Smith.
Smith able to get this one over once again. A little bit of trouble here for the Raiders, but they get it to Ott eventually. Then a mistake there by Barnes, not able to dig that one up. The point will go to the Raiders. 9-6 now the score.
Seems like Ball State defensively, too. There's been a couple of plays where there's been taps over that. The Cardinals just have not been ready, so I think they just have to be ready for the off-speed balls.
Here comes a service that goes to Ledbetter. Set up in the air, and a good play there by Megan Wolanski as she free balls it over. The Raiders are able to deal with it. Now Wolanski sets again. They get it back to Cameron Wise. Cameron Wise tried to say that hit a Raiders player, but it did not, so the point will go to the Raiders. 10-6 now the score.
That's the danger of the slide from the middle position. If you don't know what that is, the middle, standing in the middle of the court, slides out to the outside and swings. She tried to go cross court. Wise did, but when you're moving like that, it's tough to maneuver your body, and that one got away from her.
A little out of position there was Cam Wise. Now Ledbetter bumps set by Wolanski, cross court to Barnes, and that one falls to the floor. Good strike by Kendall Barnes. 10-7 now the score.
And have not seen too many plays that much in system so far for the Cardinals, meaning that they have gotten really good passes, a perfect set, and a good spike coming off the end of it. A lot of them have been struggling to just tap it over. That one was finally in system, and it worked out.
Now the senior Wolanski will do the serving. This one does not stay in, so it'll be an error for Megan Wolanski, and the point will go to the Raiders. Good discipline there on the back line.
And that's a tough one, too, because Wolanski is one of Ball State's best servers. You would have loved for her to go on a run.
The other way, Maya Aso will serve. This one will be bumped up by Carson Tyler. Now Sophie Ledbetter gets it to Barnes. Barnes gets this one over with a good strike, but it's saved. Now it's going to go the other direction for Ott, but that's going to go way out. So it'll be an attacking error there, and the Cardinals will take the point. Score is now 11-8 here in set number 1. Kendall Barnes will head back to the right side of the service line for the Cards. Barnes' serve is a good one. This one will drop right in the middle. It'll be set and then blocked at the line by Wise, but they're able to save it. Now it'll go across to Tyler. Tyler with a good strike there, but it's bumped up and saved by the Raiders once again. Over to Ott. This is blocked again by Madison Buckley and Cameron Wise. It's going to go right back to that side. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds, so the point will go to the Cardinals. So it's now 11-9 score. The Cards trail by 2.
It was a scary idea from Arrow on the outside for Wright State. You saw the block was there. Try to go down the line regardless. Almost snuck it in, but just snuck out.
Kendall Barnes serving again. This one's bumped up and set the other way there to Arrow once again. Maya Arrow, the opposite hitter, blocked by Cameron Wise, then bumped up by Wolanski. Sophie Ledbetter is going to get it to the other side to Carson Tyler. Back row defense strong here for the Raiders. Goes right back to Maya Aso. And that is going to go out of bounds off of the hands of, I believe that was Tyler. So the point will go to the Raiders. And the Cardinals let that one get away from them.
Defensively for Ball State, didn't do too much wrong. The block was there. They just worked the way around it. The Raiders did. Then Ledbetter was waiting for the ball on the pass going back, but it was too hot to handle for the young freshman.
Now Jenny Westling. Her serve is over and then set by Wolanski to Tyler. Tyler with a good, strong hit right there. Hit a Raider almost right in the face. And Carson Tyler will take the kill.
Another one of those faster sets getting it to Tyler, who, again, a freshman, only a freshman, coming in here, getting a fast set, getting some nice communication with her setter early on, and nothing the Raiders can do about that except for just blocking that ball from smacking their faces.
Now just a 2-point deficit here in set number 1 for the Cards. Sophie Ledbetter does the serving. It's bumped up and it goes to Maya Aso. That's a great-looking kill right there. What an offensive play there from the Raiders. No chance for the Cardinals defense, and the point will go to Maya Aso. Now the serve. It's bumped up by Wolanski, and it's set, and it's going to go barely over the line. A little miscommunication right there. It was intended for Smith. Now a free ball from the back row is bumped up by Wolanski. It'll go to Madison Buckley. Buckley gets it over. And now they're going to go to Aso. Buckley now sets it up in the air. It's then set by Wolanski, cross court to Tyler. Tyler's able to get that one down, and the Cards will take the point.
That's a point for Ball State where statistically they should not have gotten because Wolanski accidentally set one over the net, and then it would have had to be a bump set on the next possession offensively for Ball State before finally the Cardinals fully got in system with a Wolanski set, their starting setter, and it worked out with Carson Tyler.
Now Paige Busick in to do the serving. Gets this one over the net. And then it's set up for Maya Aso once again, and that one's going to go out of bounds. Good-looking play there by Sophie Ledbetter to let that one go. Smart heads-up volleyball, 13-12 now the score.
Yeah, great job from Ledbetter. Great job from the whole team. Everybody on the team kind of looked at each other and waved them all off. Nobody chased it. That's great communication.
Now Paige Busick with the delivery. This one barely gets over the net, does a little drop, and it's going to go to their opposite hitter. That looks like Ott. Great save there, though, by Busick. It's going to get to Carson Tyler. That one's going to fall, but it'll fall on the wrong side of the court for the Cardinals, and that'll be a point for the Raiders. 14-12 now is the score here in set number 1. The Raiders on the road from Dayton, Ohio, or the Dayton, Ohio area, lead by 2. The serve is over, and it's to Wolanski. Wolanski then sets it up for Ayunde Smith. That one is going to stay in, I believe. Nope, they're going to say it went out, so the point will go to the Raiders. So a 3-point advantage now. Kelly Miller-Phillips questioning the officiating there, saying that she thought that one stayed in. I don't know if she challenged it. Looks like she did challenge it, so they're going to take a minute to look at it.
Yeah, and it's good timing, too, because right now we're at the 15-point break here. So I don't know if they're going to take a media timeout or not. I think we'll continue to stay with you and chat about what could have just happened. And remember on the previous play, they're wondering whether that ball was out of bounds or whether it stayed in.
I'm starting to think, I don't even think they're questioning so much whether or not it was in. I think they're saying maybe a Wright State defender touched it. I think that's what Kelly Miller-Phillips is challenging. But it was a tough call, though.
It definitely was, and it was on the other side of the court for us, so you can't see whether it went in or not. But I do agree there definitely could have been a touch on the net, so we'll wait to see what the impending result is when it's all said and done.
Now, so far, Jordan, I don't know about you, but it looks like the Cardinals, they're just struggling a little bit to get into some of that early rhythm. It looks like a couple points here, they look pretty good, and then they just make a couple, pretty easy mistakes. And so it's been kind of an up and down set number one for them.
Yeah, I think so, especially compared to the way that the Cardinals came out last night against Butler. But this is a much better team in Wright State. And I think for Ball State, look, they're missing one of their best players right now in Anaya Kennedy at the outside hitter position. And so now they're feeding the young gun in Carson Tyler. She's got 2 kills tonight on 8 total attempts. So they've gotten the ball to her a lot. But that's the thing. When you're getting the ball to one of your best players a lot, usually the defense knows where that ball is going to go. And so Wright State, they have found Carson Tyler. They have gotten the block there. That's what we saw in the previous point where the block kind of slid over towards Carson Tyler and away from the middle and the opposite position, almost daring Wilotsky to set those players.
Yeah, and so when you look at the way that this Wright State team plays, do you think this favors playing against a team like Ball State? This Wright team doesn't mind giving you the opportunity to beat them with a tough kill because they trust their people in the back. They feel like they're going to get those digs.
Yeah, and that's very important for a smaller conference like the Horizon League too. Is you need to be really scrappy. You have to have some great players in the front. Don't get me wrong, but you look at conferences like the MAC, the Mid-American Conference, which Ball State plays in, and the Horizon League, 2 smaller conferences. But what do they need to actually have success and beat some really big teams? Is that back row presence. Yes, you're going to play some really big offensive attacks, but if your defense can stick up with it, then you got a chance to win some big games, and that's how Wright State won 3 big matches early on this season.
Yeah, and Wright State, the next 3 games they'll play will also be in the state of Indiana. They're going to go on the road tomorrow and play the team that Ball State beat last night, Butler, and then after that, September 27th, next Friday, and then next Saturday, they're going to play IU Indy. So they're going to spend a lot of time in the state of Indiana over the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty close to home. As you said before, Wright State is coming from the Dayton area, so don't have to go too far, just traveling 1, maybe 2 hours at most to get to all of these places. So kind of staying in the area, but also you want to try to get home.
And after that review, they're going to give the point to the Cardinals, so it'll be a 14-13 lead now instead of a 15-12 lead for the Raiders. As we see back at the service line will be the freshman Carson Tyler. Kelly Miller-Phillips thought she saw a deflection there. It was a good challenge, Jordan.
It certainly was. Now Ball State with a chance, only down by 1, to try to have Carson Tyler at the service line. She did have a service error the last time there. So try to just get this ball over, get it in play, and try to tie this puppy up.
Awaiting the official here from the referee. Looks like they're just communicating with our friends here at UMS on when we can get back underway.
Friendly communication thus far, and I think we're about ready.
And off we go here as the whistle is blown. Carson Tyler on the back right part of the court here for the Cardinals. Their red and black uniforms.
Now we're ready.
The whistle is now blown,
we're
and here we go. 14-13. Carson Tyler's serve gets over, and then it's set up into the air by Zagunis. Now it's going to be smacked over. Paige Busick with the save for the Cards. It's going to go back row for Carson Tyler, but it's going to go out of bounds, so no kill there. 15-13 now, the Raiders lead in set number 1.
And now officially we have reached the 15-point timeout.
Yes, and we will take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. When you come back, we'll have the rest of set number 1. The Ball State Cardinals trail by 2. 15-13, the Wright State leader. The Wright State Raiders lead. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Ball State Women's Volleyball on SportsLink Digital Radio.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call Wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards.
And welcome back here to Worthen Arena. Evan Stowell and Jordan Klimes on the call here as the 6-4 Ball State Cardinals take on the 7-2 Wright State Raiders. So far in set number one, we're having a pretty good one. 15-13, the Wright State Raiders lead.
This is exactly what we expected coming into it. Was going to be close, and it is only a 2-point game thus far. Ball State, so plenty of time to make a big comeback.
We'll come out of the media timeout here. It looks like a little bit of a serve here. Looks like Greta McKee now, the freshman, will come in to do the serving.
This now her second set played this year.
McKee gets this one over. It's bumped into the air by Carson Tyler. Set for Kendall Barnes. This is going to go off the hand of a Raider, and the point will go to the Cardinals. Kendall Barnes gets the kill.
And that media timeout serves as a really good timeout for Ball State. Have a time to kind of get the grasp of its match, try to make a comeback.
Good looking start there as Kendall Barnes now gets her second kill of the match. Now Allende Smith at the service line will commit a service error, and so they'll give a free point right back to the Raiders. 16-14 now, the set one lead for the visiting Raiders.
So now an ace and an error at the service line for Smith tonight.
The serve from the Raiders, a good one. It's bumped up in the air by Sophie Ledbetter. Now it's set for Barnes. Barnes will off-speed free ball it over, and she'll get the point. Crafty little play there from your outside hitter, Kendall Barnes.
And that's going to be necessary because right now it is Carson Tyler playing in the back row for Ball State, the #1 kill getter for the team thus far. So with Kendall Barnes now in rotation in the front row, you got to try to feed it to her, and she has to try to find success.
16-15 now the score. Wolanski will serve for the Cards. It's set up in the air and then played to Swoko. Smart move there. Sophie Ledbetter saves it. Now it's going to be free balled over, and a heads-up play right there by your setter, Megan Wolanski.
I mean, that is just a veteran move from Megan Wolanski, the senior setter for the Cardinals. She ran over and just punched the ball to the open area in the back court, right in the back right. That's the right play from Wolanski.
Wolanski continues to serve as it's all knotted up here in set number one, 16-16. Now it's going to be blocked by Madison Buckley and Cam Wise, but it'll go out of bounds before it reaches the floorboards, so the point will go to the Raiders.
And I like the fact that Ball State's block has gotten better over the course of set one thus far. They've got more players to it, but now they just got to make sure it's more calculated. That one, the line was way too open. You got to try to move over a little bit more.
Now Katie Swoko, I believe that was, will get the ace, so the point will go to the Raiders. That's actually, sorry about that. That's number 3, Sam Ott, the grad student from Parma, Ohio, who will get the ace. It'll be 18-16 now. It's bumped up in the air by Carson Tyler. It's set by Wolanski to Barnes. Barnes has a good hit on this, but it's going to be saved on the other side and go to Swoko. Now it's bumped up once again by Carson Tyler. Saved and set by Wolanski over to Barnes. Great looking play there from the defensive libero for the Raiders rather. And then an off-speed play, but it's going to be blocked right back down by Cam Wise.
Dangerous on both sides. Each team gave away a free ball. One after the other was a hard swing from Ball State that went to the Wright State side, sent over a free ball. Then Barnes trying to get the pass, ended up accidentally sending it back towards the Raiders.
18-17 now is the score. Kendall Barnes' serve is a good one. It's bumped and then set for the other side for Ott. That's a good-looking swing there, because I believe it went out of bounds. Almost a very powerful kill from your outside hitter. It was a very powerful kill. They changed it once again. So 19-17 now. The Raiders lead by 2. The other way, that's going to be the libero for Wright State. That's Jenny Westland. This is bumped up in the air by Sophie Ledbetter, set by Wolanski. Carson Tyler with a good swing on it, saved in the back by Westling, but she couldn't quite get to it. Ball State will score, and Madison Buckley will get the kill.
Haven't gone to Madison Buckley too much as of recently, these last couple of points, but now Buckley gets her second kill of tonight. Gonna have to try to feed that opposite position, keep the defense guessing.
18-19, the Cards trail by 1 here in set number 1. Sophie Ledbetter, the libero, will get the serve over. Now it's going to be blocked at the line by Ayunde Smith and Madison Buckley. It's now set by Wolanski, opposite for Carson Tyler. Tyler gets that one to fall. And the Ball State Cardinals now knotted up at 19.
As soon as Tyler got back in the front row, you know where that ball is going. Again, she's been a hot hand, had 13 kills last night. Anaya Kennedy not playing for Ball State, so next player up, and that's been Tyler.
Now the other way, it's for Ott. Ott can't keep it in, and Ball State will take the, not at the attacking area. It looks like they're going to say it touched off of, I believe, Megan Wolanski. So the point will fall to the Raiders, and they'll take a 1-point advantage once again here in set number 1. 2019 is the Raiders' lead. Served the other way and set up by Wolanski. It's going to go over to Madison Buckley. Buckley with a good strike on it, but it's going to be saved and then set the other way. That's to Ott once again. They managed to keep it in once again, and then it's blocked at the line by Madison Buckley, or they'll call it an attack error as it didn't get over the net.
Yeah, it looked like it was an attack error from Arrow, and she's had such a good night, Euro has so far, with 7 kills. Next closest is Ott with 4, so she has dominated for the Raiders. That one was just a bit behind her on the set, though.
Paige Busick back in to do the serving. Goes with a light serve, but gets it over. Now it's going to go opposite, and that's a heck of a kill on that one. I think that was, looks like Maya Iro once again, so she continues her hot night. That's her 8th kill of set number 1. 21-20 now is the score. The Raiders up by 1 once again. Set up here by Sophie Ledbetter. Now it's going to go over to Ayunde Smith. Smith with a powerful strike, but they managed to keep it in. Now it's going to go over to Carson Tyler. Tyler gets that one, and it's saved by Westling, and then they couldn't quite catch back up to it. The Cards tie it up once again, 21-21, back and forth.
It was a great defensive stand for Wright State, but with the Ball State getting back in system 2 plays in a row, it just could not be enough. A great play off the top of the block. Some great hustles to try to get that ball back into play, but just could not do it. We're knotted up.
Carson Tyler now back at the service line. Gets this one over. Now it's set the other way for Ott. It's bumped up in the air by Wolanski. Now bump set by Sophie Ledbetter. Kendall Barnes smacks that one, but it's saved in the back line for the Raiders. Now blocked down by Ayunde Smith, and she continues her habits of blocks, Jordan. That's going to be number 33, I believe, on the year.
You know, I was listening to the game yesterday, and I think you gave her a nickname. You want to say what it was?
I think we should start calling her the Block Queen. She gets one every set, it feels like. Ayunde Smith with a little bit of power there.
Haven't seen her too much offensively thus far this match, but defensively she has been there. She had a kill right before that. Now with the block coming out at the right time as Ball State forces Wright State to take a timeout.
Yeah, and we're going to take a quick timeout. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll have the rest of set number 1. It's a 22-21 Cardinals lead here for the Ball State women's volleyball home opener. It's an exciting one. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
For sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State Sports Link.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles with access to inventory at over 45 locations. You always get more for your trade and the best possible rates with us. We have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive Car Doc maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform.
And welcome back here to Worthen Arena. We're getting ready to end set number 1. It's been an exciting set number 1. It's 22-21 is the score here for the Ball State women's volleyball home opener here on SportsLink Digital Radio. It's a 22-21 Cardinals advantage against the Wright State Raiders here in set number 1. Back at the service line is Karsten Tyler. She's able to get this one over as now it's set and played to Maya Ott, or to Ott once again. That's actually number 9, number 10 yet again, Maya Iro, who's been incredible so far in set number 1. That's kill number 9.
Yeah, why not go back to her with you? She's got 9 kills thus far. A good timeout for Wright State. Got themselves settled down and tied it up.
22-22 now is the score. The Raiders tie it up once again the other way, and that's a service error off of the freshman Greta McKee. So the Cardinals will take a 1-point advantage once again. 23-22, Ayunde Smith will head to the service line, and BSU getting close to a set 1 win in front of their home fans. The service from Smith is a good one. It's bumped and set the other way. They're going to look for Maya Iro. It's going to be saved in the back by Carson Tyler. Now it's going to be bumped up for Barnes. Barnes gets that one down, and it's a set point here. 24-22 is the score, and finally we get to see the chirping Charlie at home this season.
Yeah, it's time to party now as we're at set point, and another timeout taken by Wright State trying to fend off these Cardinals. Gonna have to be a big comeback as Ball State up 2 and only need 1 more point to finish off set 1 with a W.
Yeah, and Jordan, so far here in set number 1, I'll tell you, I like the way that Ball State is spreading their offense. It's not just one person getting it done for the Cardinals, it's the whole team. Even though on the other side of things, Wright State, it's 24-22. They managed to stay in this one the entire set number 1, but they really only have one person getting it done from an offensive perspective, and that's Maya Iro. Do you like the way the Cardinals have been able to distribute the wealth?
I think so. I think it's very important. Again, without Anaya Kennedy tonight, Ball State is, and so you got to try to distribute the wealth somehow. It's been a lot of Carson Tyler, but Kendall Barnes has come on as of these last couple of points. That's what you need to do down the stretch. When you're down near the end of a set and you need somebody else to step up, you got to try to find that hot hand, and it has been Kendall Barnes in the last maybe 10 points of set number 1.
And what about the response from the Cardinals? Because we got to tell you, earlier in set number 1, they did not look like the better team, but these last 10 points or so, they've started to find their form.
Yeah, I think that's been very good from a young team like Ball State to kind of settle in, and for his first home match, you're so excited for it, but you got to make sure you tame all that energy. I think they have it bottled up now and are going to use it in the right way. It's set point.
Let's see if they can channel the chirping Charlie here at Worthen Arena. Ayunde Smith with an opportunity to take set number 1 here from the service line. She's able to not get this one over. It goes right into the net, and all that energy released for no reason as it's still set point, but now it's going to be the other way. The Wright State Raiders will have the serve.
And they call that one the coach's point. When the coach calls a timeout, and right off the end of it, a service error from the other team. Well done by Travis Green, the head coach of the Wright State Raiders.
Katie Swoko now will be in to do the serving for the Raiders. It'll get over and bumped up by Sophie Ledbetter. Set by Wolanski over to Barnes. Barnes is able to keep it in, but it's saved in the back row by Swoko. Now it's going to go to their leading kill getter, Maya Iro, and they will tie this one up at 24. 24-24 now is the score here in set number 1. Good response from the Raiders.
Absolutely.
Still back there is Swoko. It's going to be bumped up by Carson Tyler to Wolanski over to Barnes. Barnes is not able to get this down. It's saved in the back by Westling. Now they're going to go to Ott, and that's going to be blocked down by Kendall Barnes. Count the point for the Cardinals. 25-24 is the score, and once again we have set point.
And that was close for Kendall Barnes, but they didn't really get the best touch on that block. Definitely not what she would have liked, but either way, it somehow snuck on that line.
Now back to the service line is Megan Wolanski here for set point. Wolanski gets hers over. A good-looking dip there at the end as it goes the other side to Iro, and the point will go to the Cardinals as it goes out of bounds. That'll do it for set number 1. Ball State will take it 26-24.
And it was a great fight. We just talked about it. Ball State was down early on in set 1, but what did they do? Well, they did not give up. They continued to fight and were able to take set number 1 in front of their home fans.
They were, and they did a fabulous job that entirety of set number 1. Kendall Barnes had the most kills for the Cardinals with 4. On the other side for the Raiders, it was Maya Iro who got it done. Our sideline reporter, don't go anywhere. We have set number 2 right around the corner. You are listening to SportsLink Digital Radio's presentation of Ball State Women's Volleyball. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Welcome back here as we get ready to start set number 2. And Jordan, I think you have our sideline reporter. Is he ready to go?
He's ready to go.
We'll send it down to Lukas Thatcher.
Fellas, that was set 1 for the Cardinals and the Raiders, and I cannot say enough how important set 1 is for the Cardinals this season. So far, they're 6-4 on the season, and in games where they are 6-0 in games where they win set 1. So far, just won the first set, and they have 2 more to go if they want to. They 2 more wins to go in sets if they want to take this season.
Thank you for that, Lukas. And as we get ready for set number 2, Jordan, what are you looking for from the Cardinals? How can they maintain this positive momentum?
I think what we saw towards the end of it is, well, you said you got to distribute the wealth a little bit more, and that's what Ball State was able to do. You look at Wright State, they had more kills in the last set. It was 15-13 in favor of the Raiders, but what did Ball State do? They got it done in the clutch, and they got it to their best players in the biggest of moments. It was Kendall Barnes with 4 total kills in that set, who took over towards the end of it, as well as Carson Tyler early on. Still no kills from Cameron Wise, the middle blocker yet. Only 2 from the opposite hitter, Madison Buckley, and 2 from the setter, Warlansky.
Yeah, and when you look at the stats for that first set, one stat that really pops out at me, Jordan, the reason the Wright State Raiders lost set number 1, 11 different attacking errors.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely going to do it. And when you look at it, looking at some of their players, Selko is hitting in the negatives, Bransfield's hitting in the negatives, Zagunis is hitting in the negatives, and the player who has been doing it all, which has been Euro, has 8 kills but hitting 278, so not too bad for Euro thus far. However, that's just a little bit over her season average, but going to need to do better all around to try to take set number 2.
And we are about ready to go here in set number 2 as we await the whistle from the official. As Lukas mentioned, yet to lose a match this season when they win set number 1 are the Ball State Cardinals.
Trying to continue with that history. Ball State wants to get out of here with a big victory in the home opener.
We await the ball to go in the hands of, looks like that's going to be number 6, Jenny Morey, the Yorktown native, who will be doing the serving to start set number 2 here for the Raiders. Morey's serve gets over the net, and it's bumped up by the Cardinals. Wolanski now sets up, it looks like Barnes, and Barnes gets it to the floor, and the Ball State Cardinals start set number 2 the right way with a Kendall Barnes kill.
Yeah, just called her name, said she would have to be continuously involved in set number 2, and they get her going right away.
Excellent job there from Kendall Barnes. Now Megan Wolanski, the setter, will go back to the service line. In the back right corner here at Worthen Arena, Wolanski gets this one over, almost a service ace. Good dip, but it's able to be free-balled over by Westling. Now set up by Wolanski. It looks like Carson Tyler tried to get a hand on it. Free-balled over by Wolanski. It's going to go the other way to their leading kill getter so far in this game, as it looks like it's going to be saved once again. Wild point, free-balled over once again. Wolanski sets it up. It's going to go back to Barnes. Barnes cannot get it down as it's blocked at the net once again. Westling free balls it over to Ott, and it's not going to stay in. The point will go to the Cardinals, and that was a hard-earned point, Jordan.
It was a very hard-earned point, and I think the way that it ended speaks more volumes, too, as we just talked about it, attack errors. It was a great job by Wright State to continue putting pressure on Ball State, but then towards the end of it, what do? You have an error to end it. That can't be happening.
The service here from Wolanski. Set up and bumped by the Raiders. It's going to go to Ott. This is going to be hit out of bounds, and the point will go to to the Wright State Raiders. Actually, that was Riley Zagunis who got the kill. And Zagunis will head back to the service line as well. 2-1 now is the score here in set number 2. Ball State leads 1-0. And they lead set 2 as well. Bumped up by Wolanski. Set. It's going to go to Madison Buckley. Buckley gets a good hit on it, but it's saved. Now it's going to hit up again, and that's going to be a nice little free ball right there. Looked like number 6. Looked like it might have been Yabaguchi, Jordan.
Looked like it was, and something to mention, too, for Ball State is a little bit of a switch. They have Gwen Krull in, the new middle blocker, a transfer from Bowling Green.
The service gets over by Riley Zagunis. Now it's set up for Barnes and Buckley, and it's going to be hit at the line. A good block there for the Raiders. Once again, that looked like Yabaguchi. So 2 straight good plays here for Wright State will give them the lead now in set 2. 3-2 is the score. Bumped and set. Wolanski, Madison Buckley cannot get it down inside, or it will stay in. So that'll be Kendall Barnes who will get the kill, not Madison Buckley. And that'll tie us up at 3 here in set 2.
Both teams got off to a small little run to start off the second set. Now it should be pretty even going the rest of the way.
Kendall Barnes on the service line gets this one over. Bumped, set, and it's going to go for the opposite hitter, Ott. That'll stay inbounds, but it'll be a net violation on the Cardinals, so the point will go to the Raiders. And the serving will be once again Jenny Morey. And note, it's actually they're going to sub somebody in to do the serving. It'll be Katie Soko, the freshman from Ohio. Soko now with the serve. Gets this one over. It's ignored by Ledbetter, and smart, good heads-up play there by the libero. She's able to get out of the way. The Cardinals will take the point off the service error.
Ball just never had a chance, was drifting too much, and as you said, it was a wise decision from Ledbetter to step away.
4-4 now the score. Sophie Ledbetter can't get it over either and gives them the point right back. The Wright State Raiders now have a 5-4 advantage.
It was a hot start to set number 2. Now it's kind of slowed down. There was a couple of long rallies. Now it's been some short ones. A couple of errors on both sides.
Sam Ott now will be doing the serving for the Raiders. It's set, and then it's set by Wolanski. And there's Ayunde Smith. She's able to keep it in. What a play there from the Cardinals. I thought it was out, but they say it's in, so Ayunde Smith will get the kill.
Ayunde Smith came out of nowhere on that one from the slide. She was kind of hiding behind, looked like the opposite position on the left side of the court, and came out of nowhere, like I said, to get that quick set from Wolanski. It was like a jet plane taking flight there.
Paige Busick now with the serve. That one will not stay in. Well done once again by the Raiders not to try to dig that one up. So a service error for the Cardinals as well, and that one will go against Paige Busick.
And it was Jenny Morey who let that one go. Again, a Yorktown native. Right next to Muncie, Indiana is Yorktown. Played at Yorktown High School.
Now another Jenny will be doing the serving. It'll be the libero, Jenny Westling. As it's set here by Wolanski, it'll go to Carson Tyler, and it'll be a kill for Carson Tyler. Megan Wolanski, the senior, and Carson Tyler, the freshman, seem to have a lot of chemistry on the court.
They certainly have, and that's what you want to see from these players, to get to young freshmen involved, to build that chemistry early on. As I said, we got MAC play coming up for Ball State against Bowling Green next weekend, and so you want to try to get that chemistry going before conference play.
Now the other way come the Raiders. That's a good-looking free ball over. It'll be dug up by Wolanski. Now it's served and set the other direction, and that had a lot of power on it. Megan Wolanski is not able to get back to it, so the point will go to Maya Iro.
Solid effort from Ball State to try to get it defensively, but just too strong of a swing from Wright State. Again, still a slow couple of points going on.
Kill number 9 for Iro as here comes the Raiders. Set up by Sophie Ledbetter, but a mistake there defensively from the Cardinals, and that'll be a service ace for number 7, Laura Yakabuchi.
And it wasn't the greatest pass in the back row, but I think Wolanski kind of just took a second to react to it. Should have dove at it a little bit sooner. Kind of on both players, though.
8-6 now the score. Carson Tyler from the back row cannot get the kill. It'll go to Iro once again. Maya Iro cannot keep that one in, so it'll be an attacking error, and the Ball State Cardinals will retake the point. 8-7 now is the Raiders' lead here in set number 2 from Worthen Arena. The Cardinals lead the match 1-0. Back to do the serving is Ayunde Smith. She keeps this one in. It's gone to the setter, now to Iro. Iro will not be able to keep this one in. Another attacking error here from the Raiders, as that'll go wide of that right end line. That'll be a point for Ball State. It'll tie us all up at 8 here in set number 2.
And that's the thing for the Raiders, those attacking errors. They have had more opportunities, they've had more kills, but you cannot afford these errors. That's how they lost set 1.
The serve from Smith is a good one. Bumped up by Ott. It'll go over to Iro, and Iro will put that one back on the floorboards. And that'll be a point here for the Raiders, 9-8 now as they retake the lead.
Seems like every time that Iro gets a kill, it's just so fast. Ball State has no time to get there. Only had one blocker to try to send it back the other way, and there's just zero shot. Iro's too quick with it.
And then back in to do the serving will be Jenny Morey. As we mentioned earlier, the Yorktown native. She gets this one, and that'll be a service error. Good heads-up play in the back row by Carson Tyler and Paige Busick. So it'll be a service error for the hometown native, and the point will go to the Cardinals.
But exchanging points these last couple of plays.
Now back to the service line once again is Wolanski. All knotted up here at 9 here in set number 2. Wolanski, hand in the air there on the far left side of the court, gets this one over. It's bumped up and set for the middle. That'll be the middle blocker. Looked like that was number 3, Sam Ott. Good play by Ott. Good point for the Raiders. They retake the lead now 10-9.
It was a great play by Ott, but also give credit to Yakabuchi, the setter, who that ball was kind of on the net for her, so she had to make sure she wasn't in the net and then kind of move her body so she was able to actually make a good set.
Now it'll be Riley Zagunis doing the serving. It'll be Kendall Barnes receiving, and she puts that one to the floor, tied back up at 10. Both teams going back and forth.
Yes, it has number 10 for Ball State. Kendall Barnes puts up point number 10. That's 7 kills for Barnes tonight.
Barnes has been so good so far in set number 2. Her serve will get over. It'll be set up by Yakabuchi. It'll go far side for Zagunis. It'll be saved, though, by the Cardinals. Down for Carson Tyler. Tipped off of the hand of the libero, Jenny Westling. And the Cards take the lead 11-10.
It's been a minute since a big Carson Tyler play, but we knew one was coming. She was the hot hand early on in set 1. She had 4 kills in set 1. Now that's her 6th kill overall, her 2nd in set 2.
Continuing her streak at the service line will be Kendall Barnes. Good last-second move away there by Jenny Morey. That kept the ball and allowed it to go out of bounds. So good heads-up play there by the senior. It'll be a service error for the Cardinals. It'll be all tied up at 11 now. Coming in to do the serving now will be Katie Soko, the freshman. Soko already has a service error today. Her serve goes to Ledbetter. Ledbetter bumps it up for Wolanski. Wolanski down to Madison Buckley. Buckley will hit it right off of Soko. Now it'll go, and it'll be free balled right back over. Wolanski high in the air. Now it'll go down to Carson Tyler. Good strike from her, but once again it's saved. It'll go the other side to Ott. Ott gets this over, set up by Wolanski, back to Tyler. Tyler gets it to the floor, and Carson Tyler gets another kill. That's number 7 of the match.
Carson Tyler, a couple of really big ones now, and the thing with that one and the last couple for Tyler is the crowd has really gotten into it. Whenever she's swinging firmly, and whenever you see a strong swing, the crowd always gets into it. For this home opener, Ball State trying to do that.
Sophie Ledbetter gets it over, but it's going to go right back at them. It'll be Maya Iro once again. She responds. Actually, this time it'll be, looks like Greta McKee or Taylor Bransfield, actually, the grad student, will get the kill. And it'll tie us back up at 12 here from Worthen Arena. Set number 2, Ball State leads in sets 1-0. Sam Ott's serve gets over, set up by Wolanski, goes to Tyler. Tyler right off of the face of it. Looked like that was Jenny Westling who got in that one. So Carson Tyler, another kill. That's number 8 now on the game. 8-7 with her and Kendall Barnes, both sharing the kill lead so far in this one. 13-12, Ball State leads. Set up on the other side, that goes to Maya Iro. That one will go out of bounds, so the point will go to the Cardinals. Iro not able to control it. Ball State now leads in set number 2 by 2 points, 14-12.
That the 5th attack error, I should say, in this set or in this match, I should say, for Iro.
Now Paige Busick with the serve. Gets this one over. It's set by Yakabuchi. Right back to Iro. Attacking error. And the point will go to the Cardinals. So now a 15-12 lead. And we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the rest of set number 2. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
And welcome back to Worthen Arena here in set number 2 as the Ball State women's volleyball home opener is still underway. 15-12 the Cardinals lead so far here in set number 2. They lead the set total so far 1-0. Back on the service line is Paige Busick. She is able to get this one over. A mistake there from Yakabuchi and a service ace for Paige Busick.
Did a little dance up there in the netting, wanted to try to stay. Looked like it might fall back towards the Cardinals and eventually fought its way to the Raiders side.
No complaints there from the Cards as they take point 16 here in set 2. 16-12 now is their lead. Played over to and then set by Wolanski. It's going to go to Allende Smith. Smith can't keep it in, but it looks like it may. I thought it went off the hand of a Raider, but it did not, so it'll be an attacking error on the Cardinals, and the point will go to the Raiders.
Yeah, I like the attempt from Smith. She had the cross court open, just kind of pounded it too hard.
Jenny Westling now will be doing the serving for the Raiders. She's able to get this over. It's bumped up in the air by Paige Busick, set by Wolanski. It'll go Carson Tyler from way back in the middle of the court there. Now it's going to be set over for Ero. Ero's blocked by Smith once again. It's our block queen here in Muncie. Allende Smith gets it done.
And they set up Euro a lot in this game. That one was way too high of a set. Everyone knew where their ball was going. Everyone had time to react to it. So regardless of how good Euro is, there's no way that was getting through the Ball State block because they were just too ready.
17-13 now the score. And it looks like a service ace. Was that Carson Tyler continuing her hot streak so far in this game? And we're going to get another timeout, so we'll take another quick break. Don't go anywhere. The Ball State women's volleyball team leads 18-13 here in set number 2. You are listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Number 2 in the nation for sports media by the Broadcast Education Association.
This is Ball State SportsLink.
Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership, and here's why. We stand behind every car we sell and are dedicated to helping our customers save time and money. All our pre-owned cars undergo a rigorous 182-point inspection and come with a 90-day warranty to ensure that you're getting a Victory quality vehicle. Plus, you'll get 2 years of complimentary oil changes and tire rotations. We're part of a top 15 dealership group and have an enormous selection of vehicles. With X rates with us, we have an excellent relationship with hundreds of lenders. Our exclusive car dock maintenance and membership program will help you save hundreds of dollars in the process of maintaining your vehicle. Lastly, our state-of-the-art body shop and certified technicians perform high-quality repairs and paint work on most vehicle makes and models. Victory Honda of Muncie. We're not just another car dealership.
And welcome back here to the Worthen Arena. Set number 2, 18-13. And the freshman Carson Tyler continues to put on a performance here in Muncie as Ball State leads here in set number 2. They lead so far in the match, 1-0. Carson Tyler's serve coming out of break is a good one. It's set here by Yagabuchi. It'll go to Ott. That'll be out of bounds. Looks like they'll keep it in, actually, so it'll be a kill for the Raiders. And that was a heck of a play there by, I would say, the setter should get a little bit of credit. Lauren Yagabuchi, she did a great job catching up to that one. 18-14 now is the score. Yagabuchi will do the serving. This will be bumped over by Busick, set by Wolanski. Carson Tyler rejected by the net on that occasion. So an attacking error from the Cards, and now a 3-point deficit for the Raiders. It's 18-15.
That's the
Ball
third
State.
error on the attack for Carson Tyler. That one she had wide open, so that one's going to sting.
Yagabuchi's serve is a good one once again. Carson Tyler able to dig it up. Now to go Kendall Barnes, and Barnes will keep it in. And it'll be a point for Kendall Barnes. 19-15 is the score, and Kendall Barnes gets kill number 9 of the match.
Hitting at a 444 clip for Kendall Barnes tonight, too, so just very consistent.
19-15 is the score. The serve from Barnes is pretty good here. So it's going to go over to Iro. Now back to Barnes. Barnes has a good hit here. It's set here for Iro once again. Actually, back row Ott. Set up by Wolanski. Carson Tyler tries to get a hit on that. It'll go back to Kendall Barnes. Barnes on the right side. Another good hit, but once again bumped up in the air by the Raiders. Back to Iro. Saved once again. Carson Tyler before finally being blocked back down. Lauren Yagabuchi, the setter, will get it done.
Yeah, it was a great effort from Busick. It looked like trying to save that one, get it back in on a hard swing from the Raiders. Unfortunately for Busick, though, kind of sent it right back towards Wright State, and they were able to two-handed slam it right back towards the Cardinals.
Now Jenny Mori will do the serving for Wright State. This one's bumped up in the air by Carson Tyler, then set by Wolanski. Kendall Barnes blocked at the line right there. I think that was the outside hitter. Looks like it was Elena Dubik, the junior, able to get that one, number 4. So Dubik hasn't played much so far here in set number 2, but she'll get her first block of today's contest, and it'll cut the Ball State lead to just 2. 19-17 is the Ball State lead, and Jordan, so far in set number 2, it's been a lot of back and forth.
It has been a lot of back and forth. It started off with an early Ball State run, then Wright State came right back into it. We went to about 11-11, then Ball State went on a run, and now it's Wright State on a run, down by 2, forcing this Ball State timeout.
And Jordan, how tough is it when you're playing an opposite hitter and then also just the other side hitter, to the left and right side of a hitter? You got Kendall Barnes and Carson Tyler, and then in the middle blocker, you have Allende Smith. That's a tough lineup to go up against.
It's a great trio to go up against. Absolutely it is, and it's been a good defensive stand thus far for Wright State, especially over these last couple of points, because they've not really been tied to all right, we need to stop this certain player now. They've said, all right, let's just play our brand of volleyball. Let's understand that we're going to find where that ball is, not tie ourselves to defending one person. And so when Ball State is distributing the wealth like they have, it's been a great defensive reaction to keep up with that.
And then how can the Cardinals slow down Maya Iro? It looks like she's just playing at will right now. A couple of attacking errors, but so far she's been really good. 10 kills so far on the match.
Yeah, 10 kills, but I think, the attacking errors has been a big thing for Iro, and she's got 24 total attempts, only hitting at a 167 clip. So yeah, statistically wise in the kill category, she is dominating, and she has gotten the majority of the points for Wright State. However, she has not succeeded at the consistent level that she needs to, so I think for Ball State, they don't have to worry too much about it.
No, it shouldn't be too much of a problem, as now Jenny Mori will be back to serve for the Raiders. Mori's serve is a good one. Bumped up in the air here and then set by Wolanski. Kendall Barnes, the opposite hitter, gets it down. Saved in the back row by Mori. Set up by Yamaguchi. And it's going to be a kill there for Riley Zagunis. And that's another excellent little piece of offense there for the Wright State Raiders. Great bump, great set, and then great kill.
And coming off the timeout, too, it did not stun the Raiders. They got another point right back off of it.
19-18 now, the Ball State Cardinals lead here in set number 2, trying to take set number 2 like they took set number 1. The serve from Maury's good. It's going to go to Madison Buckley. It's going to go right back and then saved by Wolanski as she's able to just kind of tip it over the net. Now it's going to be bumped up into the air from the back row by Tyler. It's going to go opposite side to Kendall Barnes. Off speed there from Barnes as she's just able to touch it over. It'll go back over to Ott. Then it'll get over the wall of Kendall Barnes and Carson Tyler and fall back down to earth. So the point will go to the Raiders. It'll tie us up here 19-19.
We saw the off-speed sit-tip from Ball State going to the Raiders side, and then the Raiders gave it right back, and Ball State was not ready for it.
Elena Dubik will be the one who gets that kill as Maury continues to serve back there, doing a good job. Now set up by Wolanski. Kendall Barnes cannot keep it in, and all of a sudden the Ball State Cardinals are down by a point. It's a 2019 Raiders lead.
And what a run it has been for the Raiders as well.
Now we'll see a substitution here. Madison Buckley will check out, and Cameron Wise, the Wapahani High School in Parker City, Indiana native, who will check into this volleyball match. Maury still serving, gets this one over. It goes to Sophie Ledbetter, now set up by Wolanski. It'll go over to Kendall Barnes, saved though by Ledbetter, back to the back row for Carson Tyler. Now over to Maya Iro. That'll go off the hands of Paige Busick, and the point will go to the Raiders, 21-19, as they seem to have found their footing here towards the end of set number 2.
And the run continues. It forces a Ball State timeout. It's a 4-0 run, and for Wright State, they have 8 out of the last 10 points. They called a timeout, came back off of it, and just looked dominant the rest of the way. There's still more to play in this set, but the Raiders are certainly looking hot right now.
They sure are, and we'll take a quick break, and when we'll come back, we'll have the rest of set number 2. Ball State leads 1-0 here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
And coming out of the timeout there from head coach Kelly Miller-Phillips, the Ball State Cardinals will look to rally here as they've dropped 4 straight points here in set number 2. It's a 21-19 ball game, or a 19 set rather, as the Wright State Raiders lead here in set number 2 by 2 points. The Cardinals took set number 1. Still continuing her streak at the service line is Jenny Morey. She gets this one over, bumped up by Busick, then a bump set by Wolanski, off speed there from Kendall Barnes, and now Cameron Wise and Barnes will come over to block it. Saved by Ledbetter. It's blocked and smacked over by Wolanski. It gets over the net. Now the other way. It's going to be blocked by Cameron Wise. Barnes will hit it up into the air. It's going to be hit by Cameron Wise, and that's a big point there for the Cardinals. That was actually Carson Tyler once again, or actually that's going to be Megan Wolanski, the setter, who will get that kill. So she just went in there and took care of business herself. 21-20 now is the score in set number 2.
The senior taking over at a huge point.
Megan Wolanski, the Cardinals down by 1 here in set number 2. She'll do the service, and that will not get over the net. So a service error there from Wolanski. 22-20 now is the score, and the Raiders retake a 2-point lead. Back to do the serving is Riley Zagunis. Zagunis gets this one over. It's hit up in the air by Tyler, set by Wolanski, goes to Barnes. Barnes off speed, saves it up, and now it's just going to have to be free balled back over to the Cardinals. Wolanski sets up Tyler once again. This one's saved from the back row by the Raiders. It'll go over to Ott. That'll go out of bounds, but it'll tip a Cardinal defender. So that'll be another point here for the Raiders. 23-20 now. Number 3, Sam Ott, will take that kill.
You know, at one point in this set, it was 18-13, a Ball State Cardinal lead. Ball State only 2 points since then. Now 23-20, Wright State.
23-20 as the Cardinals look to try to rally. Kendall Barnes will hit this off the hand of a Raiders player. So that'll be a kill for Kendall Barnes, number 9 on the game. 23-21 now. The Cardinals trail by 2 here in set number 2.
And they're going to need a run from Barnes at the service line.
Kendall Barnes at the service line, looking to get a run going as she's able to get this over. Ott will bump it up in the air for Yabaguchi. Back to Ott. This was bumped up and saved by Sophie Ledbetter, but no one from Ball State was able to get to that bump save. And so even though it was a good dig from Sophie Ledbetter, the Cardinals will fall there. So it's now set point as the Raiders lead 24-21. Soko will go back to do the serving for Wright State. Katie Soko awaiting a whistle here from the referee to resume play. There it is. So Katie Soko will look for set point. Soko gets it over. It's bumped up by Ledbetter. It's set by Wolanski. It's over to Carson Tyler, and it's blocked, but on the wrong side of the net, so the Ball State Cardinals will take the point. 24-22 now the score. Still set point for the Raiders.
Now Ledbetter to the service line. She has a lot of errors. That's one of the big issues for her. Got to make sure this gets over.
The freshman does get it over to Westling. Now it's saved, and then a little off-speed hit over by Yabaguchi. It's going to go to Tyler. Tyler's going to keep it in, and the student section is coming alive here. 2 straight points for the Cardinals, 24-23. Timeout for Wright State.
So many big swings, and what a set this has been so far. Again, it was an 18-13 lead in favor of Ball State. Then all of a sudden, it was a 12-3 run by Wright State to get to the point that we are at right now. And now Ball State has reacted, got a couple more points, only one back. Still have to get the next one after this timeout. But it's been a show of resilience from both sides, especially from the Raiders. But the Cardinals trying to show their resilience now after this timeout, come out and try to secure a set that they feel like should have been theirs a long time ago.
Yeah, the Raiders have been good coming out of timeouts so far today. But the stat that's really glaring out at me, Jordan, is that attacking errors. 17-8. The Ball State Cardinals with 8, 17 for the Raiders. It feels like they've played pretty good volleyball. They're just kind of beating themselves a little bit.
Yeah, and I think it's just a kind of a result of the fact that the Raiders have had more offensive opportunities as well, so there's more opportunities to have some of those errors. And also it's been the Raiders who have been swinging harder. The ball has been coming out faster, and that's led to a lot of kills. That's led to a lot of big plays for the Raiders. It's also led to a couple of errors, so there's some give and take there. And it didn't work out too much in set number 1. And set number 2, those plays have been getting in. There's been less errors down the stretch here for the Raiders, so I have to try to continue that after a big timeout as both teams take the court once more.
Yep, 5 seconds before the timeout ends, and we'll resume play. 24-23 is the score here in set number 2. Back to do the serving is still the freshman Sophie Ledbetter, as the Raiders are still on set point here in set number 2. The Cardinals took set 1. Good serve from Ledbetter. It gets down by Yabaguchi. She gets it over to Ai. It's saved, though, and bumped back over by Madison Buckley. Now at the line, it's tapped by Smith, saved by Tyler. Now back over to Carson Tyler. Strong hit, but saved. Yabaguchi back on the other side of the court to Ai, and that is going to get down for the Raiders. And they're going to give them the point. So the Raiders will take set number 2. And we'll head to set number 3, all tied up 1 set apiece. Set 1 to the Cardinals, set 2 to the Raiders. Don't go anywhere. We'll take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have set number 3. You are listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
So just how big is the Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's? How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least 1 Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance is everything in sport, as well as business. Join us in our pursuit of excellence. Join Pridemark Construction for your next building project, and in our support of Ball State University's Athlete of the Week.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesuites.hamptoninn.com. At munciesuites.hamptoninn.com.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
All right, welcome to the SportsLink Digital Radio halftime show presented by Victory Honda of Muncie. I am your host, Lukas Thatcher, joined alongside Jordan Klimes. Jordan, what an exciting and very evenly matched first two sets of volleyball that we've seen.
Yeah, it really was, and Ball State got the better of it in set number one. It kind of flipped at the end in set number two, and now we're tied up at one set apiece. And I think the big difference, we were just talking about, me and Evan Stowell just a second ago, is the attack errors. You look to set one for Wright State, there was 11 attack errors as opposed to only 3 for Ball State. And then in set two, it was cleaned up a lot better from Wright State. Still not great, but much better, and got them the victory. Only 6 attack errors for Wright State. That's 5 less than in set one. And at the end of the day, that was kind of the result. That kind of flip of the switch is how Wright State was able to make a big run. Again, the score was 18-13. A big run for Wright State to come back and take set number two. Now it's anyone's match.
All right, and we have that third set coming right up on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter.
And welcome back here to Worthen Arena. Evan Stowell, Jordan Klimes alongside me. How are you, partner? It's exciting. It's 1-1 here as we go to set number 3. The Cardinals and the Raiders look pretty even so far through 2.
Has been very even. Excited to see what we get in set number 3. Probably going to be even again.
Megan Wolanski will start set number 3 from the service line for the Cardinals. She gets this one over, and it's bumped up by Yabaguchi. It'll go to Iro. Bumped up here by Wolanski and then set by Ledbetter. It'll go to Carson Tyler, who will start off set number 3 the same way she started off sets 1 and 2 with an early kill.
Why not get it back to her again? The freshman Carson Tyler. It's her 10th kill tonight.
1-0 now the score here in set number 3. 1-1 so far through the match as far as sets played. Now it's going to go across to Westling. This will be set up by Yaba to Carson Tyler. Tyler will just kind of free ball it over. It'll be set up by Yabaguchi once again, this time for the middle hitter. On the other side of things, it looks like they're going to say that that one came off the hand of Cameron Wise, so the point will go to Wright State. And the Ball State Cardinals tied up 1-1 here in set 3. The other way, Yabaguchi's serve is pretty good. Wolanski will set to Wise. Wise with a good hit, but it's saved by the Raiders. Wolanski now. Bump set to Kendall Barnes. Barnes off her back foot. Strong right-handed slash. Can't do anything with it. Now Sam Ott will come in. It's saved by Ledbetter as she digs it onto the floor, and there's a point for Carson Tyler. Or actually, that's Madison Buckley. So 2-1 now the score, and Madison Buckley will finally get back on the scoreboard.
Yeah, Madison Buckley gets the kill, but it's more of Ledbetter who gets the full-on assist, and she needs to get more credit. Now, we do have a challenge coming from Travers Green, the head coach of Wright State. So, a heck of an effort, and if it does stand, a lot of credit needs to go to Ledbetter.
Yeah, and Ledbetter's looked good the whole game, Jordan. I'm not sure what the challenge was on that last play, but as you mentioned, the freshman, and we've talked about him leading up into the game, and then in the pregame show we even mentioned it. A lot of young freshmen getting a chance to play for this team. Obviously, no Anaya Kennedy yesterday at Butler, and then no Anaya Kennedy today against Wright State, but they haven't looked a step slow. Obviously, the end of set 2 didn't go the way you want, but Kendall Barnes and Carson Tyler have been a really good double attack there for the Cardinals.
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of new freshmen on this team this year for Ball State, and very necessary to have them find success because Ball State graduated a lot of seniors last year, only 2 seniors on the team this year in Wolanski and in Simon, and then 1 grad student in Smith as well. And so not too much veteran presence on this Cardinal team, but regardless of the veteran presence, the presence on the court has still been pretty consistent. It has been pretty dominant, and it's been some of those young guns, some of those players in their 2nd, 3rd year who maybe are not seniors, but know how to play volleyball, have been playing their whole lives, and are going out there and proving it.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to give the point to the
Wright State.
Looks like it's going to stay with Wright State, so the challenge was successful there for the Raiders, and they will take over from the service line. Good job there by Travers Green, the head coach for the Raiders. Now Sophie Ledbetter sets it up. Wolanski, Carson Tyler from the back ropes is going to get the point. And Carson Tyler and Megan Wolanski seem to have a fantastic connection. 2-2 now the score here in set 3.
And both points for Ball State in set number 3 off of the right hand of Carson Tyler.
Kendall Barnes now back at the service line. She gets this one over to Westling. Westling bumps, sets it. Ott now will get it up. Now it's going to go across to Wolanski. Wolanski to Cameron Wise as Cameron Wise finds the floorboards. And a strong strike there from Cameron Wise, who has been quiet so far in this one. She gets a first kill here in set number 3.
Yeah, she didn't see really any time in set 2. It was Krull who stepped in her spot, putting Wise back in set 3 now and try to take advantage.
Now Kendall Barnes with a good-looking serve barely gets over the net. It's going to go the other way, but it's blocked at the line there by Madison Buckley. And Ball State will take the point. 4-2 now the score for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if that one did hit the block of Buckley. It might have just rolled off the tape. It was a low swing.
Barnes now with another serve. Gets this one Westling to the other side. The libero sets it. And now Maya Iro will get the kill. So Wright State finds the floorboards once again, and the Raiders will cut the Ball State lead to 1 here in set number 3. 1-1 so far as sets go. The service line now for the Raiders, that will be number 6 is Jenny Morey. The serve the other way, bumped up by Carson Tyler, set by Wolanski, and then Madison Buckley with a strong kill. Good bump, good set, and then Madison Buckley able to finish the job. Buckley 6'2", one of the tallest players on this Cardinals roster.
They put the ball in Buckley's direction a lot today. That's the 13th swing that she's had. Only 4 kills, so want to see her get going.
Sophie Ledbetter with the serve for the Cardinals. Now the other way, Ott blocked at the line. Saved, but then gone out of bounds. It looked like it actually looked like Carson Tyler and Kendall Simon were both over there trying to save that one. It eventually fell to the floorboards. 5-4 now. The Cardinals only lead by 1 over the Raiders. Set number 3. Service error there. So the Cardinals will take a 2-point advantage now. 6-4 is the score.
For Ball State now, they had a lead in set number 2. It was a huge lead by 5 points. Only 2 right now, but if Ball State continues to get some more points, get a lead, have to learn how to play with a lead.
Sam Ott will take that last service error. Here comes Paige Busick, who will come back in to serve for the Cardinals. Now a attacking error from the Raiders. Once again, Maya Iro, who's been very aggressive. She has a lot of kills, but she also has a lot of attacking errors. She gives the Cardinals another 3 points. 7-4 now. The Cardinals lead here in set number 3.
Yes, 10 kills for Iro and 7 attack errors.
The other way, Westling sets Yagabuchi, then puts it up for Iro, and then she redeems herself a little bit as she's able to get the kill. So the Ball State Cardinals now have a 2-point advantage, 7-5 the score. Jenny Westling will be back doing the serving for the Raiders. Westling's serve clears the net, gets to Sophie Ledbetter. A mistake from Ledbetter, great save from Wolanski, free-balled over by Carson Tyler. Now the other way, Yagabuchi sets, blocked by Carson Tyler. She's having a fantastic game. Blocked here by Megan Wolanski. Now Ledbetter sets it up for Tyler. Tyler is going to hit it off the hands of the Raiders. And Carson Tyler with yet another kill. That's now her 10th of the match.
Actually, a little better than that. It's her 12th of the match for Carson Tyler. She had a solo block to start off that play, and then got the ball right back to where was able to get a kill. So that was all Carson Tyler. It's been all Carson Tyler in set 3.
Served the other way. Here comes the Raiders. Ott from the back row. Off-speed hit. Now set up by Ledbetter. Kendall Barnes with the hit. Saved by the Raiders. Back in the back court. It's Carson Tyler trying to bump that one and dig it off the floor. She can't, so the kill will go to the Raiders. Good job on the offense there for Wright State. Wright State now with the service. Busick sets it. Now it's going to go to Ayunde Smith, and that'll be a kill for Smith and off the hands of Yabaguchi. So Ayunde Smith will come in and get the kill.
It's been a slow night for the middle blockers. Ayunde Smith only hitting at 200. Wise only has 1 kill tonight, and Cruel hitting in the negatives. So we got to try to get the middle position going.
Set, and then the other way, Yagabuchi to Ira. And that's going to be off the Cardinals. It'll hit the floor, so the kill will go to Maya Iro. Substitutions now. It's 9-7. The Cardinals lead by 2. Coming in to do the serving once again will be number 6, Jenny Mori. Mori for the Raiders. Gets this one over the net. It's set. It's bumped up by Busick. It's set by Wolanski. It goes to Cameron Wise. Good hit rolling to her right, but it's saved there by Westling. Now a good hit from the middle blocker, Sam Ott, for the Raiders. Going to go to Kendall Barnes. Barnes gets it over. Bumped up again. Set by Yagabuchi. It's going to be a great looking kill there by Riley Zagunis, who's able to get the kill. 9-8 now is the score. And that was actually Elena Dubik who got the kill for the Raiders. So now 9-8. Cardinals up by 1 point. Mori continues to serve. Bumped up by Busick. Set and then gone to Kendall Barnes. Barnes gets it over. In the back, Mori digs it up. Set up here by Ledbetter and then Wolanski. Kendall Barnes gets a good hit on it. It'll deflect off of Yabaguchi, and the kill will go for Ball State. 10-8 now is the score here in set number 3. Knotted up 1 set apiece so far in this match.
Barnes has been set up 31 times tonight. Now that's 10 kills. She's done pretty well with it, but 31 times they've gone to her a lot.
Megan Wolanski back at the service line once again. Gets this over. Ott bumps it up. Yabaguchi will be blocked by Zagunis there. It's going to be blocked once again by Kendall Barnes. Ledbetter now has it. It's Wolanski back over to Cameron Wise. Wise free balls it over. Now it'll be just tapped over the line, but an attacking error there from the Wright State Raiders. So the point will go to Wright State. Elena Dubik could not clear the net.
Raiders just looked like they were out of system the whole way. Not much communication on that play.
11-8 now is the score. Wolanski continues to serve. Wolanski gets this one over. It's set by Yakabuchi. Now it's going to go out of bounds, but this time, actually, it'll stay in. So the point will go to the Raiders. That'll make it an 11-9 score here in set number 3. Serving now will be Sam Ott for Wright State. This one clears the net. It's bumped by Carson Tyler. Now it's bumped by Ledbetter. Now it's Carson Tyler once again, and she'll get another kill. And that was, looks like Madison Buckley who was going to get the kill. It was an assist for Carson Tyler. And it's a 12-9 set number 3 lead now here for Ball State.
That was a tough point. Had to make a really good bump set from Ledbetter in the back row to find Buckley. It was right on the money, though.
Kendall Barnes from the service line. The sophomore's been good in this one, 10 kills. She gets this one over the net. It's set by Yagabuchi, and it goes to Ott. It's saved there by Carson Tyler. Now Madison Buckley has to free ball it over, but an attacking error because that was going to be the hit number 4 on their side for the Cards. So the point will go to the Raiders, 12-10.
It looks like the floor a little bit wet in front of where Wolanski, the setter, is standing. So she's getting that all swept up. Want to make sure there's no slipping, even though with the new floor this year for Ball State, men's and women's volleyball, a softer surface still can get wet. Want to make sure you're safe.
Katie Swoko now will come in to do the serving. Swoko's serve is a good one. It's bumped and saved by Tyler. Set by Wolanski. Madison Buckley off speed. Now Westling the other side, the libero. Ott is blocked at the line, and then it's set by Wolanski. Goes to Ledbetter. Other side, Carson Tyler. Tyler's able to get it down, and Carson Tyler gets another kill.
You said that sentence a lot. Carson Tyler gets another kill. And, well, we got another towel on the court for Ball State, so wiping up the floor once more, but Tyler has been dominant, and she's set to eclipse that mark.
13-10 here in Worthen Arena. Sophie Ledbetter serving for the Cardinals. Gets this one over to Westling. Westling to Yabaguchi. Now it's going to be saved by the back row there. And then it's going to be smacked down by Carson Tyler. Once again, you talked about it, Jordan. Feels like deja vu every time you say it. You just can't stop saying Carson Tyler. Kill number 15 now of the match. Sophie Ledbetter will continue her streak at the service line. 14-10 is the score in set number 3. Cardinals lead. Back row here for Wright State. It's bumped up by Kendall Simon. Back to Carson Tyler. Carson Tyler has a deflection off a Raider, but they're going to say it went out of bounds. No deflection. So the point will go to the Raiders. 14-11 now, the Ball State lead.
Tyler had some room to get it down to, just wasn't able to snap the wrist enough. Not much of a block there for Tyler, so probably going to try to get it back to her.
Sam Ott now at the service line. Gets this one over, bumped up by Buckley. It's saved by Wolanski. Ledbetter now sets up Tyler. Carson Tyler with a strong hit. Saved by Carson Tyler. Going to have to be free-balled over by Wolanski. They get it over. Now it's set by Yakubuchi, and it'll be a point for the Raiders. Good-looking set there by Yakubuchi. That'll be number 7, Lauren Yakubuchi, who will get the point actually as well. So a good job there by the Raiders.
A nice setter kill to find the open area in the backcourt.
Ott will continue to serve. Bumped up by Tyler, set by Wolanski, and Ayunde Smith smacks it off of a Raider, and that'll be a point for the Cardinals.
A funky way to do it. It rolled off the tape and went out of bounds off the block, but it was enough to do it, and Ball State wins the race to 15.
Yes, they do. 15-12 is the score, and we'll take a quick break for a media timeout. Don't go anywhere. We have the rest of Ball State women's volleyball's home opener and set number 3 when we come back. You are listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee fans. Our pest control guaranteed or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more? Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
Welcome back here to Worthen Arena. Evan Stowell, my partner in crime this evening, Jordan Klimes, still here in set number 3. The Cardinals won the race to 15, and Jordan, a lot of that is thanks to the work of Carson Tyler.
Night for Carson Tyler, hitting at 370 clip. 4 digs, also doing it on offense and defense, has been everywhere on the court for the Cardinals, has been a huge part of the success here in set number 3, and have to try to close in set 3 now, because in set 2, the Ball State had a massive lead. It was 18-13. This one not as massive thus far. However, for Ball State, with the lead, you can't be comfortable. You got to close, got to stay aggressive.
Paige Busick will serve to start coming out of break for the Cardinals. It's set up, and then it's saved here by Kendall Simon. Set by Wolanski. Over to Carson Tyler. Blocked out of bounds. And a point for the Cardinals. 16-12 now is the score. 1 set apiece for both of these squads, Wright State and Ball State. And the Cardinals lead set 3, 16-12. Paige Busick, 5'3", continues to do the serving. Barely gets that one over the net, but it does. Now it's going to be an attacking error from Wright State. Looks like Lauren Yakubuchi and number 9, Greta McKee, the freshman, had a little bit of misunderstanding there, and the point will go to the Cardinals.
And familiar territory for Ball State now. 17-12, a 5-point lead, and now a Wright State timeout. This is a very similar situation to what we saw in set 2. The score only 1 different on each side of the scoreboard. So now Ball State with the same 5-point lead have to protect it after this Wright State timeout.
And, you know, Jordan, last night when the Cardinals took on the Bulldogs at Hinkle, a problem they had was every set the Bulldogs got a little bit closer. So they have had a little bit of struggle with completing some of these middle sets, because if you look back to Indiana in that invitational tournament, almost a reverse sweep, but they lost those first two sets. They were close. They lost them by a couple of points. You know, a couple of points go their way in that one, and you say Ball State beats IU.
Exactly, yeah, and I think that's what we saw in set 2 there for the Raiders, is a couple of those points at the right time went the Wright State way, and that's how they were able to come back and get the victory. So for Ball State, as I said before, you're up by 5, almost the exact situation where you just lost a set in the last set. And so what do you want to do? Well, not what you just did. I know that sounds simple, but what do you do different? You stay aggressive, and you do not let Wright State get a run, and certainly don't let them get the point off this timeout. If Wright State is able to get this serve, get a nice reception, and get a quick points, then the Raiders have a good shot to try to come back again. But for Ball State, if you can shut them down right off this serve, continue to keep the serve, then I think the Cardinals might run all the way to a victory in set 3.
They might just fly their way to a victory in set number 3, especially when you look at that attacking errors category. 20 for Wright State, only 10 for the Cardinals as we come back out of timeout. Paige Busick gets the serve over. It's set by Yakabuchi. It goes to Iro. It's bumped up and saved by Kendall Simon. Back to Carson Tyler. Carson Tyler can't fit it within those white lines, and the point will go to Wright State.
All right, so now it's time to see. Wright State gets a much-needed point after the timeout. Will they go on a run again like we saw in set 2, or will Ball State recover and be better than they were in set 2?
Back to do the serving is Jenny Westling, the senior libero for this Wright State squad, and she will commit a service error, and the point will go to Ball State.
A familiar score, 18-13 lead for Ball State. Gotta protect.
Carson Tyler now will be doing the serving for the Cardinals. 18-13, set number 3 score. Tyler just barely gets that one over the net as it took a little bounce, and then a strong kill there, or a block. Looks like that was a block from, might have been Wolanski and Allende Smith were in on that one, so the Cardinals will take that point. 19-13 is the score. Carson Tyler's serve is a good one once again. This one's bumped and then set by Yakabuchi. Small hit over, but it's bumped up by the Cardinals, and then it's a play from Yakabuchi herself who's going to get the kill on that one. So a good job there by the Raiders. The Cardinals not able to catch back up with the volleyball on that occasion.
Wright State not done yet. Still down 5, but going to continue to fight.
The service the other way is a service error off of the hands of Riley Zagunas, the sophomore. And the Cardinals will take the point once again. 20-14 now, a 6-point lead, largest of set number 3 for Ball State. Allende Smith now with the service. This one barely grazes over the net, and then it goes to the back ropes, and that's a fantastic kill back there by Sam Ott. And Wright State will take the point.
And the really good thing about that kill, too, is Ott was not directly in the net, so she was probably near that 10-foot line, had to try to still sneak it down from back there, and she did it with precision.
She sure did, and now taking over at the service line is Jenny Morey once again. 20-15, the Ball State lead in set 3. This one's over. It's bumped up by Busick. Now it's set by Wolanski. Kendall Barnes with a lot of power gets that one to fall, and Kendall Barnes gets another kill. That's 11 on the match for her. 21-15.
That was call number 33 for Kendall Barnes this evening. Again, she's had a lot of volume and has made a pretty good success out of hitting 242 right now.
Wolanski will serve for the Cards. Wolanski gets this one over the net. It's set from Yakabuchi, and then it's played by the Cardinals in the back ropes, but it's going to be cheerleaders over there, and the point will go to Wright State.
Yeah, it was too hot to handle for Carson Tyler. She's really good in the back row defensively. That one just tough to get, and ricochet too far for any Cardinal.
Now the set by Ledbetter. It's going to be smacked by Cameron Wise, and that'll be a kill for Cameron Wise. She just subbed back in. She gets her second kill of set number 3.
That's big for Cam Wise. Again, you said her second kill of set 3. Her second kill of the match overall, too. The starting middle blocker, only two kills.
22-16 now for the Cards as they're closing in on a set 3 victory. It's set by Yakabuchi to Ott. It's going to be played here by Carson Tyler, and then set by Wolanski to the left side. Back to Carson Tyler. A lot of power, but a good save in the back row by Ott. Now it's going to go back over to Iro, and it'll be blocked down by the Cardinals, but it'll be a point for the Raiders as that one went out of bounds, and that was actually, once again, Elena Dubik.
Looked like there could have been some miscommunication between Wise and Buckley because it was just Wise up there blocking in the net, and Buckley had kind of backed off. Don't know if Buckley thought that Wise was going to slide over more or not, but either way, it was an easy play offensively to get the kill.
Can the Cardinals close out a set? It's 22-17, but it's a Raiders serve. It's going to be bumped up by Sophie Ledbetter for the Cards. It's going to be to the left side. It's going to be Carson Tyler once again. Carson Tyler with the boom, and gets point number 23 for the Cardinals, 23-17.
Her 16th kill tonight for Carson Tyler. This is the 5th time this season where Tyler has had 10-plus kills in one match.
Sophie Ledbetter with the service. This one's going to get over, barely played by Jenny Westling on the far side. It'll go to Ott. It'll go off of the hands of the Cardinals, though. So it'll be a point for the Raiders, 23-18 off the deflection.
And now they send Sam Ott to the service line. Has a decent amount of aces on the season with 10. Also has 13 service errors. Ott tonight, 1 ace, 1 service error.
Season trends continue for Ott. She gets this one over the net easily. It's played up by Simon. Now it goes to Ayende Smith. Actually, that's Madison Buckley. It'll go out of bounds off of Buckley, so it'll be a point for the Raiders. It'll be 23-19 now as they cut this lead to 4.
And a missed opportunity. Buckley had room to work.
Sam Ott still back there doing the serving for the Raiders. This one's over. It's played up by Simon. It's set by Wolanski. It's far side. Carson Tyler once again. And that's 17 already for Carson Tyler through 3 sets.
And every single swing, she's bringing the boom.
She sure is, and the Cardinals are chirping here at Worthen Arena. The Dancing Charlie dance continues. Paige Busick will come back in to do the serving as we have set point. Paige Busick just barely flies that one over as it's played up by Jenny Westling. That'll go to Ira, and it'll be blocked by Ayende Smith, but it'll be back on their own side. So the point will go to the Raiders. And the point will go to Maya Aero specifically.
So still life for Wright State, but have to go the rest of the way. Cannot afford to lose a point now.
24-20, still set point. Jenny Westling serves for the Raiders. This one's over. It's played up by Busick. It's set by Wolanski. It's Carson Tyler, and it's just barely played, and it'll fall to the ground, and Carson Tyler will get kill number 18, and the Ball State Cardinals will take set number 3. We'll have set number 4 right around the corner. Don't go anywhere. You are listening to Ball State Women's Volleyball here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Getting ready for the big game or getting ready for the workday, you always want to start with confidence. Cintas has the essential products and services to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
The Hampton Inn of Muncie is the official partner of Ball State Athletics. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. The Hampton Inn is one of Muncie's finest hotels. Come enjoy our free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and fresh Hampton beds waiting for you. Less than a mile away from Ball State campus. Don't forget to ask about our Ball State special. Search Hampton Inn of Muncie online at munciesweets.hamptoninn.com. At munciesweets.hamptoninn.com.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, Papergo toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
And welcome back to Worthen Arena as we're about to get underway for set number 4. But before we do, let's talk about set number 3. The Cardinals finally took off.
Yeah, the Cardinals took off, and Carson Tyler took off. She had 7 kills in set number 3, 18 total tonight for the young freshman Carson Tyler on 33 total attempts tonight for, again, the young freshman. And Tyler, Ball State looked dominant in set number 3 as they did in set number 2. And Ball State at this point in the match probably should be getting out of here with a 3-0 victory with the lead they had in set 2, but unfortunately for Ball State, Wright State was able to come back and pick up a victory. So now for Ball State, it's closing time in set 4, trying to send Wright State packing and win the home opener.
Protecting the nest is the only objective here at Worthen Arena for this Cardinals squad, and they are going to try to do that here in set number 4, as finally time will expire on the countdown clock and we'll get ready to go. The Ball State Cardinals have yet to lose a match this season in which they won the first set. They look to continue that trend. They lead right now 2-1 here from Worthen. So far, as we've talked about numerously, Carson Tyler has been fantastic. Along with Carson Tyler, Kendall Barnes is another top scorer. She has 11 kills on the evening, and Madison Buckley comes in third place with 5, as we await the whistle here from the referee to start set number 3. Jenny Morey, the senior from Yorktown for Wright State, will start at the service line. She gets it over, and it's bumped up and then played to Wolanski. It'll go to Kendall Barnes. It's blocked at the line, set again to Kendall Barnes. Barnes will get it over this time, but it's played in the air well by Wright State. Other side, Ott. Ott gets it over, but Barnes is able to free ball it. Now Wolanski will go in and get it done herself. Everyone's got to love a setter who will get in there and play a little offense once in a while, Jordan.
Oh, I know that I love it, and Wolanski is one of the best when it comes to that category of play. Has a lot of kills this year, has a couple tonight already.
Now Wolanski will head back to the service line. She took point number 1 of set number 4 for the Cardinals. It's 1-0. They lead. Now Wolanski about to get another ace unless it can be free balled over, which it can. Sophie Ledbetter will set it up now for Kendall Barnes. Barnes blocked at the line, and an excellent play right there. I believe that was Lauren Yakabuchi as well as Katie Soko, so impressive from those two. And a good point there for the Wright State Raiders as Riley Sagunas was also in on that one. 1-1 is officially that point will go to Sagunas, as once again we see Maddie Buckley wiping up a little bit of sweat off the floor on the far side of the court. Set 4 is all tied up 1-1. The serve is a good one right there. Riley Zagunas will take the ace.
Wright State off to an early lead in set number 4. It's been early through the first couple of sets. Ball State was able to pull away as the set moved forward. Wright State trying to flip that.
Zagunas' second serve goes to Sophie Ledbetter, to Wolanski, right down to Cameron Wise, the middle blocker, and Cameron Wise will finally start to get involved. That's 3 kills in the last couple of sets, but she played well towards the end of set 2, gets her first kill of set 3.
She really did, and that's the Cameron Wise that we saw last year as a freshman. She stepped in and was playing alongside Maria Plitt, the star middle blocker, who has now graduated.
The serve here from Kendall Barnes is a good one. Now it's set up and played to Ott, and Sam Ott will take that point for the Raiders, so it's 2-2. Good play there from Sam Ott, and a great little touch pass there from Lauren Yakabuchi. Now we'll see the freshman Soko come in to do the serving.
We haven't seen Aura win the game that much at all recently. She's a leading kill getter, or was leading kill getter, I should say, for Wright State with 11. Now it's Ott with 15.
The serve from Soko is a good one. It's set here by Wolanski. Cameron Wise puts it right back down. Gotta love that connection. Megan Wolanski will toss it up there for you. All Cameron Wise has to do is bring it right back down to earth, Jordan.
Absolutely. You gotta love a quick set to the middle. It's one of the most fun plays to watch in volleyball when it gets up fast and a middle blocker can just get up there soar and smack it down. That's the Cardinal way.
3-3 here, as now Sophie Ledbetter will be doing the serving. It's pumped up in the air here by Simon. Now it's going to go cross court there. Great play by Carson Tyler, as we've said many times. Tyler continues that trend, and that's kill number 19.
And right now she's trending to set a career record. Only a freshman, but it would be a career record in kills. She's at 19 right now. Her record is 21.
The serve by Ledbetter is a good one. It's going to get over the line. Sam Ott was in on that one, as was I believe that was number 4, Elena Dubik. Wright State will take the kill. And heading back to the service line will be Ott. As now, looks like we're having a discussion with the official. I'm not quite sure what head coach Travers Green is upset about. They took the point. So, play resumes. And Sam Ott will do the serving. 4-4 now the score here in set 4. Ball State leads 2-1. Good hit there by Smith. It's going to get back over. Ledbetter's going to save it. Set up by Wolanski. Now it's going to be set up for Barnes. And that's actually Maddie Buckley who will take the kill. So Maddie Buckley runs in at the last second, gets kill number 6 of the game for her. And Ball State will bring in Paige Busick to do some serving.
I loved how Ball State has progressed offensively throughout this match because it was a little bit slow to start off, but then they got Tyler going. Now they got Buckley and Barnes going, and everything just looks more aggressive and fast.
Busick's serve is good. Yakabuchi to number 5, Taylor Brainsfield there. Now it's going to be saved by Wright State. They're going to have to free ball it over. It's set up for Wolanski. Wolanski tries to do it herself. Smart little crafty play there, but it's weeded out by the Raiders. Again, they free ball it over. Wolanski's going to set up Smith. Smith's coming to her right. Cannot get that one to fall down in time, so it'll be an attacking error against the Cardinals, and it'll knot this thing up at 5 here in set number 4.
And that's been the Achilles heel for Smith, is whenever she's running that slide from the middle blocker position, she's been open, has had room to hit the ball, but she's hit it too hard.
Jenny Westling now coming in to do the serving. She gets this one over. That'll be a service ace. No, it will not. Carson Tyler heads up play, knocks it over last second. Now Tyler will try to get a block. It's saved last second by Smith. Set up. Wolanski will come in, free ball it over. Westling the other way, gets it to Yakabuchi, over to Ott. Ott will drop it in. It'll be saved by Wolanski once again, and a heck of a point here from both sides. It'll be free balled over by Ledbetter. Cross the way to Maya Arrow, and Maya Arrow will take the point, and Wright State will retake the lead here in set number 4. As it's 6-5 now and the Raiders lead.
That's a massive point for Wright State, too, because if Ball State got that point after that huge defensive stand, this place would have been berserk.
Jenny Westling now serves it over. Paige Busick can't get underneath it to dig that one up, and that's going to be an ace for the libero. The senior from Louisville, Kentucky, Jenny Westling's done a fabulous job so far today.
It's a 3-0 Raider run.
7-5 now is the Raiders' lead. Wolanski sets up Smith. Smith mistimes her jump, and that'll be an attacking error. And all of a sudden, the Cardinals look like they might have hit that glass window. They're just all over the place, Jordan.
They are all over the place, all over the floor right now. That ball is all over the floor on their side of the court, too.
8-5 now is the Raiders' lead. Still back doing the serving is Westling. Westling gets it over. Set up here by Ledbetter. And now it's going to go far side to Carson Tyler. Tyler with so much power gets it over, but a smart heads-up play there from the middle. And that'll be, I believe, number 2, Riley Zagunis, the middle blocker, who will get it done there. The Raiders now 5 points in a row, a 9-5 advantage in set 4.
Looked like Wolanski, too. I think there's a challenge coming for Ball State. It was Wolanski, the setter, who was calling for, I believe, a lift. Or maybe it's just a timeout for Ball State. But regardless of what this timeout actually is, Wolanski was upset, thought there was a violation on the other side of the net. And the Raiders up by 4.
And Jordan, it looks like this is just a timeout. I don't think Kelly Miller-Phillips saw anything to challenge there. But yeah, as you mentioned, this game, it's really interesting the way these two teams will go on runs and then look like a completely different team for a few minutes, because the Cardinals ended set number 3 dominantly. They took care of that one, no problem. And now to start set number 4, the Raiders are giving them some real trouble.
Yeah, it's a 5-0 run right now for the Raiders, and it's been, a credit to a couple of different things. It's been the offense that has been working well, and credit to Ball State defense. They have been there to try to make some big plays, but it's been the offensive attack and the defensive stands from Wright State that have continued to get them to this run.
Yeah, and Jordan, I don't want to sound like a broken record because I've only talked about it 2 times already, but those attacking errors are incredibly important.
Yeah.
So far in set number 4, only 1 for Wright State. Ball State actually are the ones who have had a couple attacking errors in set number 4. I believe they have 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So the ratio is actually going against the Cardinals in this particular period.
Yeah, it looks like 0 attack errors for Wright State and 2 for Ball State in set 4. It was actually better in set 3 as well for Wright State as well. Only 4 attack errors and 5 on the Ball State side of things. But definitely cleaning things up a little bit, and now it's finally showing in set 4.
Yeah, it's finally starting to show, and this timeout will come to a close. Still back doing the serving is Jenny Westling for this Wright State Raiders squad. Ball State leads in sets 2-1. Westling's serve gets over. It's bumped up by Busick, set by Wolanski. Cross court to Carson Tyler, who hit that like a missile towards the Wright State Raiders, and that one will go out of bounds 50 feet behind them. And the point will go to the Ball State Cardinals.
And that's now 20 kills for Carson Tyler. Again, her career record as a freshman is 21. Has a good shot to beat that tonight.
9-6 now. The Raiders lead the Cardinals by 3 here in set 4. Tyler's barely able to get this one over the net, but it does get over the net. Now it's going to be a block, but it'll be out of bounds, so it'll be a point for the Raiders. Maya Iro will take that kill, number 13 of the match for her.
There's just too much room in between the block of Wolanski and Smith, so way too much area for Wright State to work.
Yakabuchi now will do the serving for the Raiders. It'll be set up by Wolanski, cross court to Barnes. Barnes is blocked, has to free ball it over. Another attacking error there from the Cardinals, and the Raiders starting to stretch their feet a little bit. 11-6 now, a 5-point lead here in set 4.
And now 7 of the last 8 points for the Raiders.
If the Raiders want to go to set number 5, they're going to need to win set number 4 as they get it over once again. Now Ayunde Smith is blocked at the line. Maya Iro with a big play right there. And now all of a sudden it's a 12-6 lead for this Raiders squad.
What a flip that we've seen so far. And now a flip coming from Ball State as they bring in Eganoff at the outside hitter position, trying to change things up, ignite a spark. But the Flames are running hot on the side of the Raiders.
Yeah, Kelly Miller-Phillips goes with the junior for a sub as we see a service error there from number 7, Lauren Yakabuchi. But yeah, they're going to bring in Katie Eganoff. She played she played for a few minutes in set number 2 and 3 yesterday for the Cardinals. So the junior from Greenwood, Indiana, will come into the ball game. Now Smith with the serve. It'll get over to Ott. Ott sets it up for Yakabuchi. Now over to Iro. It'll be bumped up by the Cardinals and then saved by Wolanski. It'll go Carson Tyler from the back ropes, and she is blocked there in the middle by Riley Zagunis. What a play there from your sophomore middle blocker.
And I love the confidence to run the back row attack with Carson Tyler because she has definitely the ability to do it, but both times they've ran it so far today, Wright State has been ready. That was a huge block from Zagunis.
13-7, the Raiders lead the Cardinals here in set number 4. 2-1 Cardinals set advantage. Kendall Barnes, and once again, another attacking error here from the Cardinals. It'll be an ace for the Raiders. As number 6, once again, Jenny Mori will take that ace. Cardinals continue to beat themselves here in set number 4. 14-7. The lead for Wright State. Maury gets this one over, barely clears the net, bumped up from the back row by Tyler. Wolanski will free ball it over herself off speed. It'll go back over to Ott. Ott will knock it over with the right hand. Now to go far side to Barnes. Barnes gets blocked right in her face, so that's Eganoff rather. And another good-looking block there by Zagunis as she blocked that one right back down. That'll be a timeout for head coach Kelly Miller-Phillips as the Ball State Cardinals now trail by 8.
And the errors are accumulating for Ball State in set number 4. Have 6 attack errors, 1 service error, and then a couple of times defensively on the serve where there's been some aces. And so they're just handing some of these plays away here in set number 4. Again, Ball State with a 2-1 lead, so do have some breathing room, but at the same time, you want to try to close it out here in set 4. And again, this match could be over. Looking back to set 2, Ball State had an 18-13 lead. Wright State came back and now have forced it to a 4th set and trying to force it to a 5th set.
Now, Jordan, I hate to ask this of you, but I'm going to put you in Kelly Miller-Phillips' shoes for a second. You're the Ball State Cardinals head coach right now. What adjustments are you making here coming out of this timeout? How are you going to throw this Raiders team off their mojo?
Well, I've loved what Carson Tyler has done over the past couple of points, but I think the defense now has recognized that. And so offensively for Ball State, you want to try to get the ball back to Kendall Barnes. You just brought Eganoff into the game. Maybe try to find a new hot hand there. And then really the other thing to say is just stop shooting yourselves in the foot. You have to understand, okay, yes, we just won set 3. We feel like we're the better team tonight, but just because we're up 2-1 doesn't mean this thing is over. You have to win 3 sets. And right now, Ball State just with their foot off the gas, kind of not communicating the way they should be doing.
Yeah, Jordan, going into set 3, it was 20 attack errors to 10 in favor of the Cardinals. Now it's 19 Cardinal attacking errors, 21 attacking errors for the Wright State Raiders. So
a complete flip.
Complete flop as we get underway here once again coming out of this timeout. Jenny Maury, the senior setter, and defensive specialist for Wright State, still doing the serving. It's going to be bumped up from the back row to Wolanski. Now it's going to go over to Eganoff, and Eganoff's going to come in and get a kill. So Katie Eganoff gets her first kill of the evening, and it's 15-8 now, Wright State over the Cardinals. Back doing the serving for the Cardinals now is the senior Megan Wolanski. Wolanski gets this over, played by Westling, bumped up from the back row by Maury. Now it's going to go over the other side, and that's a long-distance kill right there from Sam Ott, but she was able to get that done. She hit that from way back, Jordan. Really shouldn't have caused the Cardinals too much problem.
No, it should not have. That was just a routine play that Ball State should have made, and it looked like it was Ledbetter and Eganoff right in the same area, both diving towards the same ball. Again, communication, you can't both be doing that.
Inexperience starting to show here for some of the young Cardinals, as once again we'll see an ace here from Wright State, and just completely falling apart as Riley Zigunis is able to get the point, but just a complete defensive breakdown here from the Cardinals. Zigunis' serve once again gets over. No, does not get over. It just barely couldn't. The Cardinals will take that service error and a much-needed break here as they'll take the service line over once again. 17-9 the score. It looks like they'll send Kendall Simon to the service line.
Has been a serving specialist for Ball State. Also good defensively, but really good on the serve. Needs a run right now.
17-9, the Raiders lead here in set 4. Good serve by Simon, set up by Yagabuchi. It's going to be played over, bumped up from the back row, and then goes to Madison Buckley. Buckley free balls it over with 2 hands. Now it's going to go to Ott. Ott can barely clear the net. It's played up by Cameron Wise, back to Ledbetter, over to Madison Buckley. Buckley plays it to the right, and it's saved over there by Yakabuchi, the setter. Back to Ott. Ott with a strong hit, but it's blocked by Wise and Buckley. Back over to Ott again. Again blocked by Wise and Buckley, but this time on their own side of the court, as nothing Wolanski can do but free ball it over. It's saved by Madison Buckley with the dig there. It's going to be dug up from the back once again by Ledbetter. It's going to go back over to the right side towards Maddie Buckley and Carson Tyler. Tyler's not able to block it. Back towards the back once again, and Westling will restart it for the Raiders. Now it's going to go over to Ott. Ott is blocked by Madison Buckley, and the Ball State Cardinals get a huge point there off the block from your big 6'2" Madison Buckley.
Ball State still down by 7 points, but that might be the spark that the Cardinals needed.
Kendall Simon now still at the service line. 17-10 is the Raiders' lead over the Cardinals. Simon with a good serve. It's set up by Yakabuchi. It's played to Ott. That one goes just far enough and didn't go out of bounds. So that will be a point for the Raiders. No, it will be a point for the Cardinals. No, for the Raiders. It will go to the Raiders. It's going to the Raiders. It's going to the Raiders. 18-10 now is the lead for Wright State. Back to the service line is the freshman Katie Soko for Wright State. Soko will get that over. It'll be bumped up into the air by Tyler. Go to Wolanski. Now a quick play to Cameron Wise. Wise with an off speed. It'll be hit with the left hand by Ott. Back to Cam Wise. Wise is blocked at the center line. It'll go over to Carson Tyler. Tyler off speed, or actually that's Katie Eganoff over there. Back to Eganoff. Eganoff gets blocked once again. And that's actually an attacking error as it didn't clear the net, causing them problems down low. Riley Zagunis, Sam Ott becoming an issue. 19-10 now. The Raiders lead by 9 here in set 4. Good serve by Soko. Set up by Wolanski. Madison Buckley jumps high for that one. Can't keep it inside the area of play. And the Raiders take a 10-point advantage here in set 4. They need to win this one to force a set 5. They lead 20-10. Katie Soko. Good looking service here. Set up and then played to Wolanski. Back over to Eganoff. Eganoff gets that one down, and a much-needed kill here. Actually, that's Carson Tyler. And a good play there from the freshman. Gets the Cardinals back on the board. Now they're going to say that's out of bounds, actually. So they're going to give it back over to Wright State. Katie Soko will continue her run then, since the point goes to the Raiders. Goes to Ledbetter. Back over to Wolanski. Back to Carson Tyler. This time, it's for sure hit out of bounds by the Raiders. And Carson Tyler will take yet another kill. That's 21 on the evening.
And that ties a career high with Ball State for the freshman Carson Tyler.
It'll send another freshman, Sophie Ledbetter, back to the service line. Ledbetter, off-speed serve here, gets it over. Set up by Yakabuchi, goes to Ott. Saved there by Wolanski. Played towards Tyler once again. Tyler can't keep this one in play. It'll be a rare attack error from Carson Tyler, and it'll be the 22nd point here of set number 4 for the Raiders.
It has been rare to see some attack errors from Tyler, but we've seen a couple in this set now, 9 overall in this match. Still hitting pretty decently at 275 for Taylor with 20 kills.
Sam Ott takes over at the service line. Bumped up in the back by Kendall Simon. Set by Wolanski, played to Smith. Blocked there in the middle by Zagunis. Now it's going to go over to Buckley. Buckley gets it down. Good looking bump and save there, though, by the defensive specialist and your senior. That's Jenny Westling. Now it's going to go over to Buckley. Buckley tries to hit this one down. It's saved once again. It's going to go towards the middle, towards the back by Ott. And Allende Smith is going to block it right back down. The queen of the block here in Muncie continues it. 22-12 now is the score. Ball State recuts the Wright State lead to 10.
And there's still a shot Ball State can come back in this one, but even if they don't, still down by 10, you want to try to gain some momentum heading into a likely set 5.
Yeah, set 5 is likely now, as just 3 points away from the set are the Raiders, and that's going to help them, as that's a strong kill right there. Looks like that was number 3, Sam Ott. Back to serve yet again will be Jenny Westling, 2 points away now from a set 4 victory to force a set 5 here on the road. 23-12 the score. Westling gets it over, bumped up, and then set by Wolanski to Smith. Smith running across the middle. Yet another block in there by the Raiders. That looked like Riley Zagunis in on that one. And that's going to bring up set point here for the Raiders, 24-12. Still back serving is Jenny Westling. Westling gets this one over. It's set in the back by Ledbetter, and then it goes over to the right towards Carson Tyler. And when you hear that noise, Jordan, that normally means Carson Tyler just had a strong hit as she's able to get kill number 22.
They're actually chalking that one up as 21, so I think they missed one in between there. So now still waiting one more to get her career high.
Hey, I know she has 22. They missed.
I mean, yeah.
They missed the
we
kill,
both
Jordan.
know.
She gets this one over here. 24-13 now is the advantage. Here comes Aya, and that's going to be not a set point. It'll be a point for the Ball State Cardinals, and the attack error will go to Maya Aero. Carson Tyler with 21 kills on the evening continues at the service line. 24-14 set point once again for the Raiders. Back to Eero. Eero blocked at the line by Smith and Wolanski, but they're going to call it a net violation, so that'll do it for set number 4. And the Wright State Raiders will walk away and go into set number 5 feeling pretty good about that one, Jordan.
Yeah, there's just one thing to say, and it's wow. I mean, credit to the Raiders for really flipping the script in set number 4. Ball State looked dominant, specifically in sets 2 and 3, even though they lost set number 2, and they looked really, really good in set number 3. And all of a sudden, Wright squad's just way too good to end early on. The score has been, not too close in some of these sets. However, both teams finding runs, and they're both finding their way to a set number 5 coming up.
Yeah, and if set 5 is anything like those first 4 sets, it's going to be a real heavyweight matchup. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Ball State Women's Volleyball here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
For the best stories, access, and coverage of Ball State sports, follow SportsLink on social media platforms Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat. Search @BSU SportsLink.
American Pest Pros is the official pest control partner of Ball State Athletics. We protect your home or business and guarantee year-round protection from insects and pests. Ask about our Ball State special, available to all Cardinal fans. Our pest control program is the safest and most effective in the industry. Even if you tried a different service and it didn't work, we'll fix your problem, guaranteed, or your money back. Visit AmericanPestPros.com. That's AmericanPestPros.com. And don't forget to ask about our Ball State special.
Your home for live Ball State sports, streaming right in your timeline.
This is SportsLink Digital.
Ball State fans, who needs batteries? Your locally owned Battery Masters have batteries for cars, boats, golf carts, cell phones, watches, key fobs, pay-per-go toys for kids, and more. Bring your rechargeable batteries back to life for drills, shavers, dustbusters, and more. All Ball State fans receive a free battery checkup. Just mention Charlie Cardinal. Battery Masters is conveniently located on the corner of Walnut and Centennial, next to Mini Trista. Check us out online at batterymasters.com. Go Cards!
SportsLink is the official production partner of Ball State Athletics.
Whether you're getting ready for the big game or get purposes to help businesses provide a clean, safe environment for their employees and customers. With routine restocking of essential cleaning, hygiene, and safety supplies, on-site cleaning, professional uniform laundering, and testing and inspection of fire equipment and systems. Give everyone the confidence they need to start their day. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
And we welcome you back to Worthen Arena here. 22 seconds until set number 5 is underway. Jordan, so far through 4, it's been pretty even. It's been a real heavyweight matchup. Set 1 to the Cardinals. Set number 2 went to Wright State. 3 to the Cardinals, 4 to Wright State. It's going to be exciting to watch set number 5.
It's been oddly even in some weird ways too, because not every set has been even, but overall the match has been very even. We just saw 2 different sets in a row where there were some pretty big victories. Last set was won 25-14. 15 points. Anything could happen. If you can get some momentum and score quickly, you can close this sucker down.
Now, Jordan, quick question before set 5 gets going. Who needs to step up for Ball State to win here in set number 5?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to say Carson Tyler, and she has stepped up throughout this whole match. Now, she does with Ball State, but you want to try to continue to feed that hot hand. Cam Wise in the game, the middle blocker, too, the sophomore. Maybe try to get her going because she was stellar last year.
Megan Wolanski starts from the service line, gets this one over, set by Yakabuchi. It's going to be an attempted block there from Cameron Wise. It's saved by the Raiders, but then a mistake on the attacking side of things, and the point will go to Ball State.
And there was Wise right away. Again, the middle blocker getting a nice block to get a nice point for Ball State to start things off.
Great start here to set number 5 for the Cardinals. Winner takes all here is Kendall Simon. Gets this one over. Saved at the line. Set by Wolanski over to Madison Buckley, and Madison Buckley will take the kill. Great set by Megan Wolanski. Great effort there from Maddie Buckley. Still at the service line, Kendall Simon. Simon, the senior, cannot clear the net on this occasion. So the start to set 5 comes to an end for the Cardinals. 2-1 now, the Raiders are on the board. Sam Ott will head back to the service line for Wright State. The grad student from Ohio has been fantastic today. She has 16 kills for this Raiders team. Her serve barely gets over the net, but it does. It's set by Wolanski. Back to Buckley. Buckley, a lot of power. Saved there in the back row by Wolanski. Other side, Carson Tyler, strong hit. Can't get the kill. Now a big hit there by, once again, Maya Iro. And that'll be a Raiders point. 2-2 now, the score here in set number 5 as we go to 15.
The Raiders in system have been so dangerous, and Ball State defensively, they've been good. Wolanski made a big dive save, but even then, when the Raiders get the ball back, they're capitalizing.
Sam Ott now, after 2 good serves in a row, gives one back to the Cardinals. 3-2 now, Ball State will retake the lead. Heading back there for the Cards is number 12, the freshman Sophie Ledbetter. In the white libero jersey, she gets this one over. It's bumped in the back by Ott, and now it's played to Iro. Iro is blocked at the line by Maddie Buckley, but it goes out of bounds off the Cardinals and not in the field of play. It'll retie it up here at 3. 3-3 here in set 5.
Haven't seen too many tips from Iro today. Has been swinging very hard. That time she was smart, saw the block was there, could not work around it, so she just tooled it off of it.
Jenny Westling now comes in with the service. Bumped in the back by Simon. Now back to Buckley. Buckley with a big run up. Good save, though, in the back by Ott. Now it's played over to Iro. Iro to Cameron Wise, who saves it. Ledbetter comes in with the bump set. It's going to go to Buckley. Buckley slings it hard to the floor, but once again dug out by the Raiders. Now it'll be off of the hands of Madison Buckley, and Maya Iro will get the kill for Wright State.
There was a point in this match where Iro was not in the game for a little bit. She stepped back in now, hitting at a much better clip, and they're working her. Have moved the ball to her a couple times over the last couple of plays. And now it's a challenge for Ball State coming up here.
And Jordan, we've seen a couple of shifts so far in this game. We've seen Wright State play really well and then not play so well, and then the Cardinals have played really well. So far in set number 5, it looks pretty even, but we're still seeing a couple of mistakes, especially offensively, for this Ball State Cardinals attack.
Yeah, they came out hot, and since then they kind of have fell a little bit flat now. As you said, only down by 1, and so plenty of time to go here in set number 5, playing to 15. But for Ball State, yeah, offensively, it's been a little bit slow. Over the last couple of points here in set number 5, and the end of set 4 for sure was a little bit lackluster for Ball State. So in terms of the offense, I think we need to see one, maybe two really big kills coming from Ball State, maybe try to work it back towards Carson Tyler, who we have yet to call here in set number 5. Get her a big one, and then get things rolling from there.
Now, you mentioned a couple of times the gap sometimes between Buckley and Wise, or Barnes and Wise, especially with the middle blocker and those outside hitters. Is that something where Wright State's taking advantage of that? They're moving the ball from left to right and trying to find those little gaps, or is that just kind of a strategical error on part of the Cardinals?
I think it's a little bit of both, and I think Ball State has cleaned it up. There's just been a couple of plays in between where they have found the gap, but I think overall, the way that Wright State has been getting kills is, although Ball State's blocks have been there, they just have worked around it, and Ball State's defense has not been able to keep up behind the block.
How about the play of these two setters on both sides? You got to like what you've seen from both of them. For Wright State, Lauren Yakabuchi, the sophomore, 5'10", from Avon Lake, Ohio. She's been really good. And then on the other side of the things, what can't you say about the senior setter, Megan Wolanski?
I mean, absolutely. And you look at Yakabuchi, and she's got 50 assists tonight. That's close to her career high of 56. So she has been really dishing the ball out very well. And for Wolanski, well, we're used to it, right? We've watched her, at least I have, for 4 years now, or I guess 3 years now at Ball State. And it's been consistent the whole way. She's really great at passing. She's one of the smartest setters out there, knows the game very well, and can attack offensively when necessary. I think for Ball State's offense, it's going to have to be Wolanski who takes over, has that senior leadership, and makes some really good sets, as now Wright State is able to get the point. Ball State does not win the challenge.
Yeah, Ball State does not win the challenge, so the point will stay with the Raiders. They will continue to have the lead as it's 4-3 now in favor of Wright State. Jenny Westling still serving for the Raiders.
And it looked like they were challenging a touch on the net.
Kelly Miller-Phillips still not convinced after an official review, still having a couple of discussions.
It's a big point.
It's a huge point. I mean, this is crucial. Every point matters, especially in set 5.
I mean, they're showing up here on the big board, and whenever they do that with the replays, usually it means that they're trying to show the fans here to get them to react in the right way, and the fans are reacting. They all think there was a touch on that block. Apparently, when the referees took a look back at it, they said there was not enough to overturn it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what happened here. Is Kelly Miller-Phillips livid, clapping at the student section, just trying to get everyone fired up here. Is once again, we're going to take a look. The officials are going to have discussions. Are we going to take a new look at that? It's possible New York got us a new view. I don't know what happened there, Jordan, but they're going to still take their time to look at that. But that's what they should do. You want to make sure you get the call right.
Yeah, and I think, first of all, you should have made sure you got it right the first time before you officially made the call. So I don't know, maybe if Kelly Miller-Phillips was challenging one thing and they said something else, if they were looking at the wrong thing, the wrong player. I'm not 100% sure, but they are going back to look at the video board. So I have never really seen this before, where they come out, make a call, and then there's some arguments. They show it up there on the big screen, and all of a sudden they go back and take another look at it.
Jordan, that actually happened yesterday.
Did it really?
At Butler. They made a call. Head coach Kyle Shondell, obviously the Shondell name, very famous around here. He wasn't happy with it, so he challenges it. And then they go look at it. They still rule it. The point goes to the Cardinals. And then they go look at it again, and they still rule the point went to the Cardinals. So I'd be surprised if anything changes here with a second look, but they're certainly taking their time with it. It's 4-3 here in set number 5, and there's nothing more exciting on your home opener than to take it 5 sets.
Yeah, and something that might be a little bit too much of an intricacy here is sometimes with replay, they get different looks than maybe the TV crew has. I think in Worthen, our TV crew can get them the same looks for the most part, but maybe they just didn't look at the right one from the TV crew. So that might be why they're looking at it again. And like I said before,
it's possible the net cam was not available originally while reviewing it.
Exactly. And like I said before, it could be a situation where they challenged one thing, they looked at it, and they were looking at the wrong person who had a touch. I don't have quite all the information from all the way up here, but all I know is there's confusion, and either way, one team is going to be very excited once the call is officially made.
Let's talk about what we do know. It's an exciting set 5. It's 4-3. It's been an incredible volleyball matchup so far. And for the Cardinals, how nice is it? Let's say they lose, even if you lose, just to be back at home playing in front of some of your fans.
Well, yeah, it definitely stings if you are going to lose this match for Ball State. But, I mean, the fans have showed up. Really, the student section is out in large, and the fans overall are all swarming out into Worthen Arena, and they have stuck around, have been engaged the whole way through. So, of course, you want to get the big win for them, trying to win this big challenge to start things off. But either way, A lot of time for both teams to just sit back, not play volleyball, and you might think they might come out a little bit flat after a lot of time to not play. And so both teams have to get them.
Just taken, I'd say, no matter what happens, it was a very close call, and either team should be fine with whoever gets the point. As we're going to see the official once again, maybe point at who gets the point.
Here we go.
Blows his whistle, and he gives the Ball State Cardinals the point. Well done by Kelly Miller-Phillips, staying with it. She said, I have another look, and now you gotta imagine on the other side of things, the head coach for this Wright State team, Travers Green's probably not very.
Now he's talking with the referee as well, so now he's not happy, and rightfully so. They went back and took another look at it.
Now, Jordan, dare I say we need to get a third look at this?
No.
Should we get a third look? I think we go back one more time. I think we look at it a third time, and third time's the charm. Travers Green's going to show him another new angle. It's going to be very exciting. So that's a huge point for the Cardinals because now they're going to take a 4-3 lead. So an incredibly important point. A very good job by Kelly Miller-Phillips, the Ball State head coach, staying on that.
Yeah, for sure.
And it serves as a timeout for your team as well, which is a positive.
Exactly. A credit to Kelly Miller-Phillips. A credit to the fans who, when they saw it on the big screen, and a credit to the video TV crew as well for putting it up here on the big board, saying, hey, fans, take a look at this one. You saw the touch, right? And so now everyone goes berserk. Kelly Miller-Phillips, she sees it, and now they take another look back at it. So that's just another example of home court advantage.
Jordan, are you saying that Stadium Pulse added a little pressure on this officiating crew here at Worthen Arena?
I'm not just saying it, I'm exclaiming it.
Let's go. It's an exciting atmosphere in here. We're having a lot of fun. Finally, head coach Travers Green gives in, and the Ball State Cardinals will take point number 4 of set number 5. They lead by 1. Paige Busick now will sub in. Maddie Buckley will sub out. She's fired up. Student section's rowdy. And Travers Green is going to continue his conversation with our head official.
This has been a wild series of events, and we still got volleyball to play.
We still have a lot of volleyball to play. At least 11 more points needed for the Cardinals if they want to take set 5. Paige Busick, good there as it gets over to Ott. Ott now to Eero, and it's blocked at the line by, wow, what a play by Smith and Cameron Wise. Both of them get in on that occasion. And a double block back down to reality as the Ball State Cardinals lead by 2.
And what a roar by the Cardinal faithful.
Allende Smith and Cameron Wise make that play as Paige Busick now heads back to the service line. Set up here and then played over the top of Smith. Now it's going to go to Tyler. Tyler gets that one off the hands of Yakabuchi. And Yakabuchi sees that one go off of her fingertips. And the Ball State Cardinals see point number 6.
That challenge playing huge part right now. Ball State getting the point, coming off of it, getting 2 more. All the momentum on the side of the Cardinals.
Crowd is right back into this one. Serve from Busick is good. Go to Yakabuchi, blocked right there by Carson Tyler. And the point will go to the Raiders as it'll fall out of bounds. But a good effort there from the freshman. Lauren Yakabuchi now will head back to the service line for the Raiders. She gets this one over. It's bumped up in the back by Simon. Set by Wolanski over to Smith. Smith is blocked, but it falls out of bounds off of Eero. So Smith will get the kill. Big time play from the grad transfer. Allende Smith getting involved here in set number 5.
Yeah, second time they've called her number in the last couple of plays. Now 5 kills for Smith. It's been slow overall, but set 5 has been hers.
The serve now from Megan Wolanski gets over. It's set up in the middle. And that's a powerful kill in the middle by Elena Dubik.
And the thing to mention here on the radio, too, is you can't see it, but there's just so much fire on both sides of the court. Every time, especially as we get down to the wire here, every point matters that much more. There's so much more screaming in the huddles. Everyone is getting into it.
7-5 now. The Cardinals lead in set 5. On to serve is Jenny Morey. Barely gets over. Good bump in the back. Now it's set by Wolanski. Cross court to Barnes. Barnes barely able to free ball that over. Now it's set up in the middle for Zagunas. Blocked by Allende Smith with a lot of force right there. The grad student is having a party here in set 5. They're going to switch sides, but Allende Smith with a huge block there, Jordan.
Trademark it right now, the block queen,
the block
Allende
queen.
Smith.
Allende Smith is having a fantastic set 5, a kill and then a block. We're going to switch sides, and then we're going to continue volleyball here. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
Mammoth Pizza at Mancino's. How about a big 24-inch round pizza loaded with all of your favorite toppings? Made to order just for you when you call 287-1300. The perfect size for the big game, the next game, or any event that demands not only the best, but the biggest pizza you can order. And Mancino's is ready anytime. Call, wait 10 to 15 minutes, then head to Mancino's for pickup. Man, is it good. When a large pizza isn't enough, you need at least one Mammoth from Mancino's.
Pepsi Zero Sugar has a new, better flavor. A Zero Sugar Cola has never tasted this good. But we don't expect you to take our word for it, so we're putting it to the test. Starting with me. My mouth is watering already, so I think we can skip the drum roll and get right to the main event. Cue the fireworks. We have an official best Zero Sugar ever. It's delicious, it's refreshing, and it's so good you'll need to try it for yourself. Trust me. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Zero never tasted so good. That's what I like.
Standards. High standards. That's what sets teams apart. It's also what sets us apart at Pridemark Construction. We're not alone in holding our standards high. Ball State University is among those who do. That's why we're proud to sponsor the Ball State Athlete of the Week. High standards in everyday performance.
And the Ball State Cardinals lead the final set as they have an opportunity to walk away from their home opener with a big-time win. Evan Stowell, Jordan Klimes are going to take you the rest of the way here. Allende Smith with a kill and a block before that little timeout break. Jordan, the atmosphere in here is electric.
Absolutely, it is. Home opener for Ball State, and it is showing. They need the crowd the rest of the way.
They sure will. Allende Smith now from the service line. Gets this one over. It's bumped up in the air by Westling. Now set over cross court to Ott. Saved by Westling and then bumped again by Yakabuchi. Back row, Tyler's there. Now it's going to go to Kendall Barnes. Barnes will free ball it over. It'll go a little too far back, but it'll be saved in the back there, and it'll go to Ott. Now it's bumped up once again by Smith. She's fired up. Cross court to Barnes. Barnes light touch, but she cannot get it over the net. It'll be an attacking error from Kendall Barnes. Allende Smith playing with a lot of energy right now, smacking the floor after that one, Jordan. They didn't get the kill, but you got to love the energy.
Yes, I do. She takes a seat now. Going to have somebody else step up in her place.
Now a serve from the back by Ott. It's set up by Wolanski over to Barnes again. Barnes cannot get that one down. It's blocked there at the line. Riley Zagunis with a fantastic block on that occasion. Also Elena Dubik in there.
After the timeout, they switch sides, and now the Raiders trying to find something here.
The serve is over. It's bumped up by Carson Tyler, set by Wolanski. Cameron Wise, quick attack there. Wolanski and Cameron Wise connect, and the point will go to the Cardinals. 9-7, 2-point advantage here late in set 5.
Over the last 10 points, I would say, the last nine, I would say in this set for Cameron Wise, she has really showed up, and at the end of set 4, she showed up as well.
Now Wolanski will once again take over from the service line. Wolanski gets it over. It's bumped up barely. Now it's going to be played by Westling. They're on their back foot here. Get it over to Ott, bumped up by Sophie Ledbetter. Now it's going to go cross court to Wise. Wise gets it down on a little misdirection. It's going to go over to Ott, bumped up in the air by Wolanski, and then Madison Buckley comes in and makes a play. Megan Wolanski didn't even know that was coming towards her. She bumped it up in the air. Cameron Wise over to Maddie Buckley, and they connect for the 10th point for the Cardinals, and that's going to force a Wright State Raiders timeout.
Incredible play by Wolanski to keep that ball alive. First of all, defensively, it was a great cross-court swing. Had so much heat. Wolanski gets down on her stomach. Huge dive to keep it up. Then Buckley finishes it off with a huge kill. And then to put the cherry on top, the crowd erupts once more, forcing a timeout. Ball State 5 points away from getting the victory and winning the home opener.
But, Jordan, it's not time to get excited just yet, because we've seen, I got to tell you, I've been really impressed with head coach Travers Green. Every time they call a timeout, they come out and make a couple adjustments, and just like that, there are a few points right back in it.
Absolutely. I mean, Ball State, has really benefited off of getting the timeouts. Whenever they get the point, they've pretty much finished off. But whenever the Raiders have gotten a point after a timeout, they have found runs. It hasn't just been one and ones. It's been the Raiders running for a couple points, getting right back into each set. And so for Wright State right now, going to have to try to side out, get this serve receive, get a point, get the ball back to their side, and then try to run offensively and try to run Ball State out of their own gym in set number 5. It's been intense. This has been the thriller we hoped it would be.
It sure has, and let's take a look at some of the kill leaders for both of these teams. Sam Ott leads the way for the Wright State Raiders. Maya Iro is second with 15 kills. Ott had 16, and then Riley Zagunis has 11. Carson Tyler leads the way for the Cardinals with 23. Kendall Barnes second in kills with 11, and then Madison Buckley with 9. Back on the service line once again is Megan Wolanski. It's 10-7. Wolanski cannot get it over. A crucial service error there, and that'll give the Raiders their 8th point here in set number 5. It'll make it a 2-point Ball State advantage, 10-8.
And that's all off of the timeout from head coach Travers Green for Wright State. Calls the timeout, ice the server. Wolanski, one of the Ball State's best server, but she puts it into the net. Now a chance for Wright State.
A big opportunity here for the Raiders. It's going to be bumped up into the air by Tyler. Wolanski has to chase back to get it. Cross court to Buckley. Buckley puts it in there with a lot of precision. It's dug up, though, by the Raiders. And then a great play from Carson Tyler from the back zone. Comes in to get that kill. Kill number 24 for the freshman. And the Cardinals are 4 points away from winning the home opener.
I mean, we need a speed gun in here for every time that Carson Tyler goes up and swings at the volleyball. It always comes off so fast. That one no different from the back row. That was a rocket.
You're going to start hearing no fun to play against Carson Tyler. She's having her way right now with the Wright State Raiders. Kendall Simon now will come in to serve for Ball State. Simon lofts it over there. Great placement, able to be saved. Now it's going to be blocked at the line by Wise and Maddie Buckley. Once again, it's played up. Great save by Simon. It goes back over, and then a missed attack there from Sam Ott will give the Ball State Cardinals a free point. She had a lot of daylight in front of her, and she just hit it a little too hard.
Well, there was a Ball State overpass, and it was right over that, hanging in a perfect position for Ott, but she just got a little bit too excited and pounded the ball too hard. That's a huge missed opportunity.
Kendall Simon with a huge serve here, gets it over. It's going to be played over the two middle blockers there. It's going to be set by Wolanski. Cameron Wise with a lot of power, and the Ball State Cardinals now just 2 points away from taking this one, as we're going to see another timeout from head coach Travers Green. A huge kill there from a local Muncie native, number 17, Cameron Wise.
Ball State has looked really good down the stretch. Has the last 3 points in a row, a 3-0 run for Ball State. But as we've learned, Ball State needs to learn how to close. They were able to do it in set number 3, not in set number 2 when they had an 18-13 lead. So Ball State only needing 2 points to win this match. It's just a matter of getting back out onto the court and not letting this timeout slow you down just like the last one did. Last timeout, Ball State came out, had the serve, was a service error off the bat. Cannot afford that, had to keep the pressure on.
No, but you got to love the squad that you have out there right now. Maddie Buckley and Cameron Wise are fantastic when they're in there in the middle together. And then obviously you have Carson Tyler and then Sophie Ledbetter as well. But you have your top killers in there with Carson Tyler. And then Cameron Wise, she had a slow start to this one, but she's really picked up recently, Jordan.
Yeah, she's got 6 kills now, and she was hitting not in the negatives, but she was hitting just dead even at zero clip. Now she's hitting 357. So much better for Cameron Wise. Again, 6 kills on 14 attempts, only 1 error for the sophomore. And then Carson Tyler, who we have just yapped on and on about all night for the right reasons, because she has been so solid, has a career high in kills tonight for Ball State with 24 in her young career.
She has not had a bad set yet. It's been incredibly impressive how consistent she's been. Kendall Simon now coming out of this timeout as head coach Travers Green for Wright State, throwing whatever he can at this one. It's a 5-point advantage here in set number 5 for this Ball State side. Kendall Simon doing the serving. Gets this one over the net with a light serve. That almost fell in between 2 defenders. It's going to be free balled over. Now it's going to be saved in the back. It's going to go over to Carson Tyler. Tyler with a lot of power, but it's saved by the libero, Westling on the other side, over to Ott. Now it's going to be bumped up by Simon. Over to Wolanski, over to Carson Tyler. Tyler will keep that one in, and Carson Tyler gets us to match point. 14-8 now is the Ball State lead. The chirping Charlie comes out one final time. Kendall Simon, a huge serve here. This one could be for the game. Drops that in nicely. It's set over there by Yakabuchi, and then far side to Ott. It's going to be played up here by Sophie Ledbetter. It's going to go over to Carson Tyler. Carson Tyler tries to finish the game off, but it's saved over there by the opposite hitter, Ott. Now it's going to be bumped up and then played from Ledbetter over to Carson Tyler. Tyler, a big hit. This one's going to go out of bounds, but it's saved by Wright State. Bumped up again by Wolanski. Played over to Madison Buckley. Madison Buckley is going to wrap this one up. That's point 15, and the Ball State Cardinals take the home opener. They take it all the way to 5 sets, Jordan, but the Ball State Cardinals able to win here in set number 5, 15-8.
And that's what you love to see for this Muncie community who showed up for their Cardinals here tonight. Again, the home opener for Ball State, and they won it in thrilling fashion. We knew this was going to be a really good match. We didn't know it would be this great. It took us all the way to 5 sets. Ball State able to get the victory at the end of the day in front of the home fans. And now heading into the MAC season, Ball State with much needed confidence.
Yeah, you mentioned heading into the MAC season. The Ball State Cardinals play host next Friday and Saturday in a SportsLink ESPN doubleheader, by the way. Shameless plug for us. That'll be a lot of fun. But they're going to play at home against Bowling Green. And then on the road tomorrow, Wright State faces the opponent that the Ball State Cardinals took down last night, Butler. But overall, Jordan, been an incredible evening of volleyball. And one final shout out, how about Carson Tyler?
Yeah, I mean, career record, right? 25 kills tonight for Carson Tyler. Hit it a 327 clip. Got fed the ball 49 times. I mean, talk about that. She can be a bell cow for this team with Anaya Kennedy sitting on the bench. She needed to be, and she stepped up big time tonight, Carson Tyler did. 7 digs on top of that. 2 blocks for Tyler as well. The freshman was dominant, looking like a senior out there.
Well, there was no better way to start a season at home than right now. The way the Ball State Cardinals played 15-8 there in set 5, able to take away the win. They will improve their record to 7-4 on the season, and now Wright State drops to 7-3. What an exciting evening of volleyball, and we thank you so much for joining us. For Evan Stowell, Jordan Klimes, and Lukas Thatcher, we say so long and good night. The Ball State women's volleyball team take down the Wright State Raiders here on SportsLink Digital Radio, presented by Victory Honda of Muncie.
This has been a production of SportsLink Digital Radio.